Whew. Oh man, listen. First off, shout out to everybody who stayed, who still came to the stream after I was supposed to stream at 1 o'clock. Stuff came up, so I ended up having to push it back. I pushed it back to like 1:30, then I pushed it back to 2 something. And then I was like, the Giants are playing the best game I've seen them play so far. So why would I get on stream and ruin the good luck? So I just said, listen, I'm just going to jump off right after this game. And finally, we won a game, man. It showed that this team has so much heart. This is all we wanted to see was some heart. These last 2 weeks, we didn't show what we needed to show when it was time for us to do it. Shout out to the defense. Shout out to the defense. They did their thing. 9 minutes left. 9 minutes left in the game. We are at 4th and 8 at midfield. Midfield, 4th and 8. And we punt the ball. Giants fans are killing Joe Judge. I thought that was a good decision because I'm like, you got to trust your team. If your defense can't get a stop right there after you pin them deep, then you don't deserve to win the game anyway. So we punted the ball. Defense goes 3 and out. Thank you for stepping up, y'all. They go 3 and out. We get the ball back, go right down the field and score. Like, this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Let's do it. That's a W. It's a W, man. Listen, this is all we wanted to see. We just wanted to see a team fight from start to finish. We wanted to see somebody get punched in the face for 60 minutes. And this finally happened. We got the ball to Kadarius Toney. We got the ball to Kenny Golladay. We got the ball to Saquon Barkley. Those players that we thought would be so good won us this game. They won us this game. Thank you. They made it. They made it. They made our day. Listen, yesterday I saw LSU have a whole bunch of mistakes and just bad plays. And I'm like, please don't let me have to watch the Giants on Sunday do the exact same thing. And we played the cleanest game I've seen us play in a while. We made impactful plays when they needed to be played, when they needed to be made. This is all I could have asked for, man. All I could have asked for. Shout out to all of those, man. Shout out to Daniel Jones, man. Finally, him playing this well is finally paying off. It finally got him a W. It took overtime, but it finally got him a W. Shout out to Jason Garrett. Now, this doesn't excuse you and just mean that Jason Garrett is just all of a sudden out of the doghouse. But he called a really good game. The play action was there all day. He had high-low routes there all day. We actually took about 3 or 4 40-plus yard shots down the field. This was great. Over 400 passing yards, career high. Career high for Daniel Jones, over 400 passing yards. 2 touchdowns I think he had. 1 touchdown, but you all know it. I'm counting that as 2 touchdowns because John Ross fumbled. This is what we need, man. This is what we need. Now, I'm not going to just start, jumping all the way back on the bandwagon and saying that this team is all of a sudden back to where I thought they were before the season. But thank you so much that we finally get a win, man. Thank you so much. You say, how about them Cowboys? Listen, I haven't even been paying attention to what the Cowboys are doing, but I did place a bet. What was the score for that Cowboys game? Because I picked the under on them. I picked the under. I lost that bet. Thank you, Dallas, for scoring 36 points, man. I lost the bet. I picked the under on 51. But listen, I don't care about that. When the Giants win, I don't care about bets. This was exactly what the Giants needed, man. Exactly what the Giants needed. And Kadarius Toney, when this dude gets the ball in his hands, man, it's ridiculous. It's really criminal that we have not force-fed this guy the ball in the past couple of weeks. It's criminal. It literally is criminal that we have not forced this dude the ball. Because every time KT touched the ball, guess what happened? 4 or 5 guys are missing tackles. Him and Saquon on the same team are so unfair, man. And we just refuse to get him the ball. John Ross, if nobody else got me, who else got me? Can I get a John Ross? John Ross showed up and did his thing. The 50-something year, he fumbled and stole that touchdown from DJ, but he made some clutch plays. And overtime, He made a clutch first down catch. John Ross showed up and he made the impact that I thought that he could make the day that we signed him. I think John Ross was a steal. And if this dude can continue to stay healthy, he's going to be a big part of this offense this year. And listen, I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm going to keep it real with everybody here. There is no way that Darius Slayton should be getting snaps over Kadarius Toney and over John Ross. It does not make any sense. Kadarius Toney needs to be on the field as much as possible. Without Kadarius Toney, the Giants don't win this game. Point blank, period. And Darius Slayton in that role, we don't win the game. Sterling Shepard, he was missed today, but guys stepped up around him. Kenny Golladay finally over 100 yards. How many yards did he have? 8 targets, 6 receptions, 116 yards. Still doesn't have his first touchdown, but this is what I'm talking about, 100-yard game. Kadarius Toney, 9 targets, 6 receptions for 78. Listen, Kadarius Toney could have probably had over 100 yards if he would have caught that pass on third down. That would have been like a 40-something yard touchdown because no one was behind him. But these guys stepped up, man. John Ross, 77, Saquon, 72, and a touchdown. This is, I mean, and congrats to all the Saquon fantasy owners that stayed with the dude. I mean, he didn't have much yards rushing, only got 13 carries, but receiving, had a big game. And then again, rushing, he had that nice touchdown to win the game in overtime. What better way to get this first win than being in overtime? What better way to get our first win in the Superdome or in the Megadome since 1993 than overtime? We waited for our team. We all counted down and waited for our team to make the same mistake they've always made, and they didn't make it. And we came out with a W. If we play like we played this week, when we're going to be playing against better defenses and worse defenses and worse teams. Now all of these teams are worse, but a lot of these defenses are going to be worse than what we played against. We can score some points. Jason Garrett, please do not abandon this. Please do not abandon what you did so well this game. Put together another game plan like you did this week. Now, we can't run the exact same plays because the Saints run a lot of coverages that the other teams in the league simply don't run. But let's put together a nice game plan every week so we can continue to score points like this. And listen, we put up 27. That's not a bunch of points. That's not a ton of points. But the offense moved up and down the field. We did miss a field goal. This is progress right here. And see y'all next week, Cowboys. This is how I want to feel going into a division game. I want to feel confident going into a division game. And yeah, Darius Slayton should not be getting snaps over John Ross or Kadarius Toney. It just should not happen. Your receivers should be Kenny Golladay, Shepard when he gets back, John Ross, and Kadarius Toney. Those 4 need to be rotating. They need to be out there as much as possible. I mean, there's no excuse to throw Darius Slayton out there. There's no excuse for it. And right now, I'm going to see if I can get some people in here to bask in the glory of this win. See if I can get some people in here. Says show some enthusiasm. Where you been? I've been showing enthusiasm for the last 10 minutes. I've been talking about how great the team is for the last 10 minutes. But listen, Evan Engram, I don't know what to say. Evan Engram made a couple of nice throws that I say definitely helped us win the game. A couple of nice catches that helped us win the game. But this dude, I mean, how many times is he going to drop the ball? Daniel Jones consistently throws it behind Evan Engram. So my only idea from that is that Evan Engram probably needs to sit in the zone. He probably needs to be sitting in these zones, and he continues to run through the zone. Yeah, but he did have some more drops. So I'm just guessing that he needs to be running through these zones. But come on, man. I think like Joe Judge put in that confidence in the defense to not go for it on 4th and 8 and try to force everything and just basically say like we're in a state of panic. We need to go for it on 4th and 8 with over 9 minutes left. For him to just say, hey, listen, I'm putting the defense's hands. And this isn't me, just Judge has had his issues, a lot of issues. I really wish that he would have gone for it on 4th and 1, deep in their own territory. But to for that defense to get that 3-and-out was perfect. Once they got that 3-and-out stop, I knew we were going to win this game. I just knew we were going to win this game because I think right after that again was the play that Saquon Barkley got that 51-yard pass. And like this is what we've been wanting. You said Tony reminds you of Hakeem Nicks. I don't know how. I think Kadarius Toney is a lot more slippery than Hakeem Nicks. I don't know. I can't think of a Giants player that has been like as elusive as Toney besides Saquon Barkley. I can't really think of anybody like that. I really can't. Yeah, we haven't had any receivers. The closest guys you can say is maybe Golden Tate and Odell Beckham and Saquon Barkley. Those are our like 3 most elusive guys in the past couple of years. And that's another thing I want to talk about. Do we have our franchise quarterback? Because this last month of the season, these last 4 weeks, Daniel Jones has been playing some good football. It finally translated to a win, and he threw his first interception on a Hail Mary. So it doesn't really count, but it counts. They're going to count it. And he got a touchdown taken away from him. But Daniel Jones showed up to play. Daniel Jones definitely showed up to play for about a month in a row. 4 weeks in a row, he showed up to play. Kadarius Toney is – I didn't think that he would be able to do the same kinds of jukes and moves that he did in college on NFL players, but it worked. Like, it works. He literally jukes out 4 or 5 people on any given play. Saquon does the same kind of thing, but just imagine if every time Saquon got the ball, it was like a one-on-one situation. That's what Kadarius Toney is. Every single time he gets the ball, I don't want to hear these reporters talking any more mess about Kadarius Toney. I don't want to see people on Twitter, on YouTube talking about how Kadarius Toney's a bust. You finally get the ball in this man's hands, and look what he does. He said, how do you lose to the Giants? Listen, the Giants have been in pretty much every game this season, so, Wow, this is big coming from Greeny. DJ earned some respect today. He still got more to prove to earn a long-term contract. That's huge coming from Greeny. But DJ had a good game today. He had a good game today, definitely. Definitely had a good game. I would say going over 400, he had a good game. Yeah, Darius Slayton, though, man. I just can't see Darius Slayton just being justified getting more reps than Kadarius Toney. It makes no sense at all. I can't see Darius Slayton getting more reps than can Colin Johnson. I feel better with Colin Johnson running routes in this system than Darius Slayton. Because Darius Slayton is a one-trick pony. Even John Ross is better in and out of his breaks than Darius Slayton. It's just that simple. People are saying trade Slayton, but what do we get for him? What do we get for him if we trade him? Like a 7th-round pick? Maybe a 5th-round pick if we trade Slayton. So, we get our 5th-round pick back that we spent on him, but I'm not sure. Listen, Kadarius Toney can wear whatever number he wants to wear. He can wear 89. He can wear whatever he wants to wear. Because this dude showed up to play, man. Let's see. I don't know if he needs to go, but again, I don't think he needs to be getting snaps over these other guys. and trade for O-line depth. That's kind of funny. I can't see anybody really giving up offensive linemen for Darius Slayton, but we definitely need depth on the offensive line. But how good is this offensive line playing with pretty much the entire line missing? It shows how good it looks when you have a good left tackle. Andrew Thomas is playing lights out, man. And just by him playing that well makes the entire line look so great. Time after time, DJ had forever to throw the ball, or he had enough time to look down the field and go through his reads. Or, you have to have time to be able to throw the ball 40, 50 yards, 60 yards down the field. And a lot of times they move the pocket, which is something I haven't seen them do that much of, which was great. But he had time to throw the ball for the most part, and that was great. I mean, Matt Skura in there, Billy Price in there, guys that you did not expect to play this year, guys that weren't on this team 2-3 weeks ago, are really making impacts. And they're not all pros. They're not Pro Bowlers. I don't even think they're good. But we're functioning as an offense with an offensive line that's this bad. I don't know if we can go toe-to-toe, but I feel a lot better. Having somebody like Kadarius Toney is going to be so helpful because you can just dump the ball off to him and he's going to make something out of nothing consistently. Like, he's going to make something out of nothing consistently, like every time. Every time that dude touched the ball, it was magic. He said, let's rein it in a little bit. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if we can go toe-to-toe with Dallas. They just put up 36 against a really good Panthers defense. So I don't know if the Panthers defense was overrated or, if the Cowboys are just that good. I think it's a little bit of both. But they just put up an easy 36. Yeah, there's no way. There's just no way. There's just no way. I just couldn't justify it. Like, I just couldn't justify seeing what we saw today and keeping this dude off again. And we should be angry a lot more than what he was today. I mean, listen, I'm going to bring somebody in real quick. Just give me 1 second. All right, we got Ash Money right here. How you feeling, man? The first one, how you feeling?
Well, if we know something for certain, and I'll say this, Daniel Jones is our guy.
You saying that for certain?
Well, how he's been playing like these past couple of games, and especially for like the next, or after this year, you can't tell me that there's a quarterback that we would rather draft than to get Daniel Jones right now. Dude threw for 402 yards, and I saw some things about like that. They're not counting the second touchdown. I looked on the stats. They counted the first touchdown to John Ross. Like, they counted that for him. So
they counted it at first and then they took it off.
Yeah, but no, I went on like the NFL.
Oh, they just went back. They just went back to it.
I went back.
That's weird.
Just went back and they counted both of the touchdowns.
Did they say like something on Twitter about that? Because
I know Bobby or I forgot, somebody tweeted out and they were like, okay, they're not just
look at her.
I love you too,
I thought he was streaming. I would have sent him the invite.
No,
I guess he just jumped off or something.
I am gonna be streaming, not to like make my own announcement or anything like when you stuff, but I am gonna be streaming like the Sunday night game this week because I do want to like make a habit to like do like play-by-plays for like the primetime games.
Yeah.
Just because I'm like, my channel is basically like a general like sports channel instead of just a Giants channel. But yeah, 402 yards, 2 passing touchdowns. Could have been more, to be honest, because there were some times where I was scratching my head during the game. But that's against supposedly, and don't correct me if I'm wrong, but supposedly coming into this game, they were the number 1 ranked defense in the league.
The Saints.
Yeah, or one of
Yeah,
the
I think
top
they were
ranked
like,
defenses in the league.
and that's what
So
I'm saying. I think a lot of these stats are skewed because the Panthers was like one of the best defenses in the league, and they just roasted by the Cowboys today.
and yeah,
Cowboys put up an easy 36 on
yeah,
the
man.
Panthers today.
And that's it's scaring me because we have to face them next week. But it's just, and I don't want to get too much on Daniel Jones, but it's like every time when we are in a position where we need to come down the field and score, or when he needs to be in the clutch, he makes the plays. You know, he takes this team down the field. Even last year in his rookie year, he's been doing this, you know. So for him to do this, and this is like I'm trying to think how this stacks up against, like, if he ever had a game over like 400 passing yards.
No, his highest passing yardage was like 360 or 350.
Is this his
So
highest?
this is his highest by far. He never had a 400 passing yard game.
Wow.
That's a good.
Like
that's
he had like 4 or 5 300-yard passing yard games as a rookie, and then of course he didn't have any last year.
Yeah,
I'm actually surprised by that.
but yeah, the defense needs a lot of work. A lot of work. They need, and especially for this matchup, you know, James Bradbury, he like kind of redeemed himself after getting like roasted by Callaway. You know, Logan Ron was making some plays. Aziz, you know, he's like the only defensive lineman or the only pass rusher that seems like that makes a effort game in and game out. Leonard Williams made some plays. Dexter Lawrence was still getting held, but nobody was calling it this game. Kenny Golladay did what we paid him to do.
He did his thing.
He was a monster.
I mean, he did his thing because we threw the ball to him, but yeah.
I mean, he also was open a lot today, like wide open a lot.
Bro, you know how hype I was when I can't remember if this was in the fourth or this was overtime. He got the ball and he like shoulder checked some dude and just kept going.
Oh, that was in the fourth quarter. He set up the field goal.
Yeah.
Oh,
for all
God.
those that think Kadarius Toney is a bum, you see what happens when we actually use him.
Thank you.
That's
one
thing
me
we
and
all
Ash
can agree on.
Bro, like we're like some of the biggest KT defenders, all right? Whenever we say why did we draft him, it's not because of him, it's because we don't use him. We used him. He had like 78 yards today.
First off, I want to, and I've seen y'all arguing with Authentic all day about Jason Garrett and the team. But what do y'all think of the game that Jason Garrett called today? Because I think it was a really good game plan.
It was a good game. I'm not gonna lie. You know, I was wrong. Like there were some times.
Yo, Ash, you sound like an Autobot.
You cutting out a little bit.
While Ash figures that out, I'm gonna say this, and I clarified it with Authentic at one too. My thing is, I don't see how you could look at this coaching staff and say Jason Garrett isn't a problem. I think all three of the guys are trash, and we got to win, and I'm happy about that. But that still remains. Like we kind of got some bad coaches, all right, until proven otherwise. For me,
yeah,
all right, that's for me.
Yeah, for me, it's going to take like a half a season of Joe Judge coaching better than he was at the beginning for me to like jump back on the side of like this dude is the next great Giants coach.
And in terms of the game, Jason Garrett called, like I never just completely rag on him without giving him credit. During the live stream, I gave him credit. I'm gonna give him credit here right now. I give him credit to my my reaction video, which is processing, and that's in the latter half of the fourth quarter, and in overtime, he came up clutch. He called great plays, and they worked out, and the players executed those plays. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know.
There's still things I question, like using Kyle Rudolph on a screen instead of using Evan Engram.
Yeah. Oh, that was bad.
You know,
that's
even using Devontae Booker on the screen and not Saquon.
Yeah, like, Devontae is so
I'm not mad at that. I think that play, like Saquon had caught a pass the play before, and somebody landed on top of him and he winced or something. I think that screen was supposed to go to Saquon, but he had to come out and they just threw it to Devontae.
And Joe, and let's not get it twisted. Joe Judge is still on my hit list, bro. This man is still trash. He's still way too.
First off,
he lives in a world of fear.
I'm probably in the minority. Of. I really think that I would have made the exact same call on that 4th and 8.
But here's the thing, I'm not talking about the 4th and 8 though, because I agree.
We're talking about the 4th and 1.
I'm talking about the 2 4th and 1s, and I'm talking about an illegal substitution. What?
It's always that play that pops in, that clip that pops into your head of Tom Coughlin throwing the clipboard on the ground and saying, "We lost the game because of illegal procedure." We lost about 3 or 4 games because of illegal procedure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
We
I don't know.
have
I agree with
somebody
you. The
who's
4th and 8, yes, that it makes sense to punt it there. But we had a chance literally in the first quarter, and then when to respond immediately against the Saints when they scored on us, because we were right there, bro. We were knocking on the end zone, and you go for the field goal.
I'll say on the same drive that Kadarius Toney, if you converted 3rd and 18, you just have to go for it. You got to get a touchdown out of that. If you converted 3rd and 18,
the
and you on
momentum.
4th and 1,
The
but Joe
momentum
Judge
was
said,
really, like,
plain and simple, he doesn't believe in momentum. He said that. He said that I think this offseason. He said, I don't believe in momentum. So in his head, that makes no difference to him. It's only one play at a time.
This is yeah. Go ahead, Ash.
I didn't think. I didn't know people were getting mad at him for like not going for on 4th and 8. I didn't.
No, because that makes sense.
What do you mean?
Yeah.
I mean, like,
To
I
punt
agree
the
with
ball.
the call to punt it on 4th and 8. We were in
Like,
our own
the
territory
4th
as
and
well,
1,
weren't we?
It was like Saquon. Even when Saquon, earlier in the games, like even when Saquon would run the ball, he would at least get a yard. There would be very few plays.
Oh,
where
and
he
real
gets
quick
negative
on
amounts of
Saquon,
yards.
because I see a lot of people hype. By the way, yo, I believe in momentum, Joe. I said it ain't been working out with wearing my jerseys. Let me wear my Saquon T-shirt today.
Listen.
Who won the game for us?
I was supposed to go live for the game at 1:00, and something came up, so I was going to be late. I set it for 1:30, and then I was like, I'll just eat some food. And I said the Giants are playing a little, better than I thought they would. So then I just pushed it back to 2, and I said, okay, Jason Garrett, this is like 3 shots, 40 yards downfield. I'm just gonna wait till the end of the game because I don't want to jinx it. So I believe in momentum and superstition.
Listen, bro. Diggy, I'm sorry. Shameless plug. Listen, this shirt.
Go ahead and plug it.
Go ahead and get yourself the Killer Bees T-shirt.
Go ahead and plug it.
All right. Listen, but what I want to say on Saquon though was everybody's happy and I am too. I feel like I was one of the biggest Saquon guys this offseason.
You definitely were.
But what I will say on he won us the game, yes, and he looked better. But people are already saying he's back. No. Let's chill it out. He still has a way to go.
What I'll say is this was the first game that Saquon touched the ball, and I was like, okay, this is Saquon Barkley. Yeah, I'll definitely tell you because like even on that screen that we threw to him, where like he caught the ball and then accelerated to like 2,000 miles an hour in less than a second, that looked like Saquon. The guy that we saw the first couple of weeks, he looked like he was fighting his way back. And I made a video saying that Saquon wasn't back yet, and people all just said that I was like calling Saquon a bust. And I don't know how we have a lot of people with like with tilted ways of comprehension, but Saquon, he looked like he was really, I don't know if he's 100,000% back, but he looked like the Saquon that we all know that I've been waiting to see since 2018. To be honest,
this game gave me the vibes of Daniel Jones' rookie year against Washington when him and Saquon were both clicking together, and still, the defense has to get a bit better. And did y'all see that play where like Saquon was like struggling to get off the ground, and then he got up and caught the ball, and then he like made a spin move and then got fumbled.
But still, like just to get off the ground and catch the ball is like a superhuman thing. Like, and that shows that DJ trusted him that much. Like he just threw it like, oh, you're already standing up. Yeah. Like he threw it while he was still on the ground.
Listen, man. Darius Slay and Evan Engram better not see the field for the rest of the season.
Evan Engram will see the field.
Darius Slay better not see the field. I'll say that.
One thing I'll say is like DJ throws the ball behind Evan Engram pretty much every crossing route. So I'm thinking at this point that these are option routes and Evan Engram is supposed to sit in these zones because there's no way that DJ is throwing the ball behind him every single time.
What I was gonna say is I saw that tweet. I commented right under it. I'm like, how do they not have any chemistry?
My thing is that why are you still throwing to Evan Engram? Like, why are you still throwing to him?
My thing is if you know he's not going to sit down in his zone, then don't throw it to him or throw it in front of him. Because like he's going to continue, he's not going to be able to sit down in the zone. It seems like he's just not going to do that. But I'll just definitely say that Jason Garrett, his biggest blemishes this game were definitely that tight end sweep that killed that drive, and then the tight end screen to Kyle Rudolph, because it was set up perfectly, it was blocked perfectly, and Kyle Rudolph started running about 8 miles an hour. 8 miles an hour.
So I got two things to say. One, can I get a John Ross?
Can
John
That's how I
Ross.
started to stream off. I said, if nobody else got me, who got
You
me?
called it, Diggy.
I mean,
You called
listen.
it, man.
And two, can I get an Andrew Thomas?
Can I get it? Come on now.
Oh,
Can I get
praise
an Andrew
be.
Talk
Thomas?
about the vindication. The
Bro, this
vindication
man's played next
and
to 5 different left guards in his career.
and
for
listen,
this year.
Kush really has the vindication because he wanted Andrew Thomas before the draft.
Yeah.
Didn't you want Andrew Thomas before the
I
draft?
wanted Andrew Thomas, and I have this on record on the channel since we beat Washington that week 17 game.
Exactly. And listen. You wanted him before the draft. I was somebody who wanted Jedrick Wills, so I'm not going to pretend like I wanted him before the draft. But how great is it to just see Andrew Thomas get shamed and dragged through the mud because he was injured, because he's playing, I mean, no
with
offseason.
Guglielmo and Colombo.
Exactly. How good is it to finally see this dude have a full off season and dominate?
And
like
be
he's
healthy.
not giving anything up.
Bro,
He's not
like,
giving anything up.
it's so great to see because I really do think people underestimate how much that ankle injury was troubling him last year. Like that's your foot. That's your entire how you set your feet, where you get your strength from, everything. Like I already gave him a lot of props because he played through it. It's understandable why people in the Giants fandom didn't, but it's like you just gotta have a little bit of faith. The reason you do is because you see what he was in college. You don't be basically the #1 consensus tackle all year and then have a drop off, like because there was a bit of drop off in his rookie year. You know what I'm saying? Like his college coach came out, he's like, "Yo, that ain't the Andrew Thomas I know. They're using him some type of way." Like that's a sign. You know what I'm saying? But like, not just Andrew Thomas. This entire line, bro. This entire line is
like
great.
they
in pass
showed
protection.
up. Like that's
Shout
really
out to
crazy
Rob
to me.
Sale.
Shout out to him. Because
Rob
listen,
Sale.
we talking about how like the run blocking, it seems like we're not going to be able to scheme our way into a good run blocking offensive line. But the pass blocking, how many times has Daniel Jones turned his back to this offensive line and play action?
Bro,
and turned
this
around and had a
game,
clean
How
pocket?
many times did the Saints blitz and he still has a clean, absolutely clean pocket?
They sent 5 people pretty much almost. They have, first of all, they have the highest rate in the league. The stat is they have the highest rate in the league of sending 5 or more people. And they sent 5 pretty much every second and long. And we beat it every single time. Every single time we had that RPO where he faked he read the defense, didn't hand it off to Saquon and hit someone across the middle of the field. And it was there all day long. I mean, and that's why it kind of stinks to me, because the Saints play like more man defense than everybody else in the league. And we tore their man defense up. And we can't do this against a zone. So is this kind of performance of like all of these people doing what they're doing only happening because we're playing against man coverage?
Yeah.
Are we not going to take these shots ever again? Because the most of the league plays like Patrick Graham. They don't want to give up the 60-yard play. But the Saints, they're like, I don't care. We're putting our rookie Paulson Adebo on Kenny Golladay one-on-one and dare you to beat us. So
and I'm glad we actually took that chance, because we should have taken that chance in the first 3 weeks and we didn't.
The Jets just got. I didn't mean to catch you off, but the Jets just got their first win of the season.
They were playing the Titans, right?
That just invalidates our win. That just invalidates our win. That's bad, man. That stinks.
The Titans missed. They missed their kick. It's like 24 seconds left in overtime, and they missed the kick wide left.
Wow.
Oh man.
That's bad. Yeah, this win doesn't mean anything. Never mind.
Listen, bro. The Jets getting a win. I don't know what to say.
That doesn't mean anything.
It would have been good if Washington lost today.
The Jets put up 24. The Giants put up 24. We both won. Oh, we won 27-21. They won 27-24.
Mm-hmm.
Man. But listen, Greeny, who has historically been a DJ doubter and hater, earlier on in this chat, Greeny said DJ balled out today.
Oh, let me ask you this. Is this a game where you could say he's the franchise quarterback, or you still need more?
I need to see more. I mean, at the end of the season, we'll know. At the end of the season, we'll know. But he definitely looked good today, and he had his first interception. And I think he could.
It doesn't even count, bro.
He could have thrown the ball farther and given his people a chance. But I mean, it's a Hail Mary. So
I say this all the time, so I'm not gonna backpedal on it because I've said it for other quarterbacks. If it's like an interception where it's like a Hail Mary attempt at the half, like I know it counts, but like I don't count it.
I'm about to shoot Authentic the link too because I've been seeing y'all argue on Twitter all day. I mean, this has been hilarious to watch.
Yeah, so I don't know. What do you guys think about that? I don't really count that, man.
Count what?
Count with that interception?
The pick at the half.
I mean,
no.
I mean, you don't count a Hail Mary interception. I mean, guys like Aaron Rodgers would have thrown the ball out of bounds. If he's like, I'm not risking that interception.
Like when Tom Brady threw a pick week 1 against Dallas on a Hail Mary. Like I didn't count that. Tom
Brady has 3 interceptions that don't count. Like he had one that was off of Leonard Fournette's hands. And Leonard Williams again has been still playing that he played back inside today, but he still didn't get as much pressure as he usually does. I don't know. But Azeez Ojulari, how about Azeez Ojulari stepping up on that last drive and like making that tackle for the loss?
Hey yo, another Georgia Bulldog I've been waiting for a minute. Yo, our Georgia Bulldogs are showing up, bro. They are.
I just wish Lorenzo Carter, would have could actually get some pressure because we would have.
I'm ready to cut our losses with those 2 third-round edge players that we have.
Yeah,
I mean, I was so nice to Zimenez after the preseason. I'd start calling them Zimenez instead of Ziminy Crickets.
Nah,
he's back to being Ziminy Crickets.
Go back.
He's back to being Ziminy Crickets because him and Lorenzo Carter have been doing nothing. And Lorenzo Carter was so good against the run last year, but he just disappeared. And I'm like, maybe it's the Achilles because
and here's the thing that's weird,
I can't
bro.
in good conscience talk trash about somebody that tore their Achilles.
Here's the thing.
That's like the worst injury.
It's not just us fans that were hyping him up. It's like beat reporters, everybody that's watching these off-season stuff.
He was all over the backfield. It's just that next gear that he might not have anymore in the actual game scenario because he does not look like, at the very least, Lorenzo Carter was someone who was dominant against the run, and he's been giving up the run all year. Like all year, he's been a completely different player. But I mean, it seems like we all agree on that 4th and 8 because I feel like the
4th and 8. That's a smart move because like I was asking earlier, not only was it 8 yards, were we not also in our own territory at that time?
We were at like our 45-yard line.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna get on Judge for that. Yeah, but I am getting on Judge for 2 4th and 1s and both of them in scoring position.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, I think that's just who he is. Like, he's not like we're gonna have to hope that the team and the play call and everything else gets so much better that that part of him just gets overshadowed. Go ahead.
My thing was just like at the beginning of the game, Jason Garrett was like, he had me smacking my head a little bit, and the play calling and the players did better. Especially with the separation, especially with the long plays. And my thing is just like the defense is really right now, like if I'm looking at it after this game, the defense is holding us back. Yo.
I saw you said something and he responded, "Yeah, I'll talk to you after the game."
Man. It's just like toward in 3 weeks, I don't think nobody could really tell me that Jason Garrett was good. Nobody could tell me that. I'm sorry, I really don't care. And he proved
I'm gonna tell you,
Jason Garrett had a good towards the end of the game. He had a good game.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there. I'm like, yo, why do we have 10 points? We're carving up like the Saints defense, and we only have 10 points.
Yeah. I mean, one thing I'll say is that I think 2 out of these 4 weeks, first off, I still believe that Jason Garrett has been the best coach on the Giants as far as the top 3 coaches. That's kind of discounting the special teams, but you get what I'm saying. I feel like Jason Garrett has been the best coach out of those 3 guys all season, period. But I'll say that the Washington game, he called a really good game, and the Saints game he called a really good game. The other two, not so much, but the first game we were hardly on the field. But even the best offensive coordinator, Sean McVay, all of those dudes, Andy Reid, they're going to have one or two plays a game where you say, that was a horrible call. Like that, what are you thinking? So I'm not going to get on Jason Garrett. Do I still believe that there's like an overall limitation of how good we can consistently be? Yes. But I'm not going to bash him on a weekly basis. But I mean, I just really feel like we just have to get the ball to our playmakers, and it finally forced us to get the ball to our playmakers.
I'm glad you used the word force because that's the only reason not Galladay, Tony was used.
It took
and
Shepard
even
and Slayton being hurt.
And I'm not going to say like because Shepard is gone.
No, I'm gonna start saying.
I'm not going to say because Shep is gone because he's been making plays above the X's and O's all year and pretty much moving us down the field. But I really feel like looking at this now, I feel like Slayton is a huge liability.
Oh, 100%.
Like, being honest with you, John Ross, and I tried to tell people in training camp, he's not just a deep threat, first off. Like, he can run the route tree, and he runs it very, very efficiently, very quickly, and he's good in and out of his cuts. Like, did you see that move he hit Adebo with? Like, that dude can really move. And to go from that and to go from Tony, who you can just get the ball to on a slant, it seems like Slayton never could get open on those slants. To finally go to that and then go back to Slayton, who he's going to get the fly route. He's going to get open on the fly route a couple of times a game. But everything else, it's just so hard for that dude to get open. Yeah. I just don't understand. Like,
he doesn't use his size
to
his size or his speed to his advantage. Like, I've been saying this ever since like last season. He wants the ball to be placed right in his hands. He doesn't go up for the ball.
Slayton likes to catch the ball with his chest.
Yeah.
That's why he can't. That's why he couldn't catch that ball with his hands 2 weeks ago. Because every time he catches the ball, he catches it with his chest.
I know this is kind of unrelated, but still kind of on the wide receiver topic. One thing I loved from Kadarius Toney this game, other than him actually getting the ball, was that 2 times during the game, before the play was called, he looked at Daniel Jones and said, "Come to me, I'm gonna be open," and he was right. And Daniel went to him twice.
Yo, did y'all see Kadarius like about?
Bro, when's the last time we had that mentality in the wide receiver? Bro, he's like, I see the guy ahead of me. I'm gonna get the ball. Just get it to me.
Did you see him like arguing with Marshawn Lattimore near the sideline after hit Daniel Jones?
Yeah,
that's
I mean, Kadarius Toney is. I'm having that feeling, and I don't know.
He looked like his college sub on the first catch.
That's what I'm saying. Yards. Like the first, like. You see these people like what was it? Paul Perkins. Paul Perkins was the most and you laughing, but out of college, Paul Perkins had made the most people miss out of anybody else in college by like 10 or 15 missed tackles. So you see Paul Perkins basically doing what Kadarius Toney just did to grown men that have mortgages, that have kids and
mortgages.
Yo, chill.
Like seriously, Kadarius Toney
they got kids.
Listen, Kadarius Toney has what, 6, 7? He had 3 catches last week, 2 catches. He's had about
this
11,
game. I think it was 6 for
year.
78 or 5 for 78.
But he's had about 11 or 12 catches this year, and he's made about 20 people miss. Legit, 20 people miss. Like,
bro, on his first catch this game alone was like almost the entire defense missed.
Like, how is there? And that's what I'm saying. That's my problem with Jason Garrett. If it's his fault and not Joe Judge's fault.
I mean,
no, here's the thing. There is.
I'm about to. Sorry,
I put it on 2.
Oh, hold up. Ash is saying something.
What are you saying, bro?
I didn't mean to cut you off. I'm just saying I'm about to join off my laptop.
But
okay.
I was gonna say with that one right there, Diggy, I'd put it on Garrett and Daniel, because I've said this consistently on stream as well during the games. I'm like, for example, whenever I see Galladay about to get open or I see Kadarius not being thrown to, I'm like, is that by design or is that Daniel not throwing it to them? And there was a couple times this game where he did the checkdowns where once we just gave credit to the line, there was a good amount of times, I'd say 2 or 3 this game, where the line held up and Daniel's just there looking. I'm like, is nobody getting open downfield? Like, what's happening? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, and then one thing I'll say, that was I really like that play design. That play design on 3rd and 18 where Kadarius Toney basically ran that like inside whip route where he faked outside and came back inside, and that turned into like a screen in the middle of the field.
Yeah,
I like that play design because they opened up it basically turned it into a kick return. and that's how he went and got those 18 yards. But that's definitely on. I definitely agree with you. I think that like Jason Garrett, like the first game where they was like, why doesn't Kenny Golladay have any catches? What is Jason Garrett doing? I'm like, you realize that Jason Garrett like has not played quarterback in about 20
like
years?
some of this
Like,
has to go on Daniel.
Like he cannot tell Daniel, listen, force it to Golladay. So I mean, like all of this we knew would happen once he got a little bit more comfortable with him, and probably taking away Sterling Shepard and Darius Slayton probably made him have to just say, listen, the next guy that I trust the most is Kenny Golladay, and after that it's probably John Ross. And I mean, and then you got to get KT involved too.
Oh,
I see he switched over.
But
How does his logo look like HD now? Like, didn't his logo not look as crispy as before?
He didn't have the logo. It was just like a.
Okay.
it was like a,
I was like,
but thank you. You know, I do try to make the logo crisp as possible.
yeah, it's crispy. It's crispy.
But I do want to say, if we could get this defense going, hopefully we could get back to what we were last year. The week 18, I'm having a little bit more confidence. Attending.
Listen, I still haven't sold them tickets.
You better not, bro.
Listen, if I was to sell those tickets, I checked. I already lost $100 if I was to sell those tickets.
Don't do it, bro. Don't make me
that
the
was
only
getting
person that
billed-
pulls up to this.
That was getting billed as like the division game, so it was. Those tickets are $100 cheaper than they were before.
Yo, I really want to know where this Saeed dude is, bro. I really want to know where he's at, bro. He's
sleeping.
Silent, bro.
This man was missing all during my stream too. I'm like, that's kind of funny.
He was in KB's stream like, KT's a bust, a bum, da 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 da. I'm like, all right.
Yeah, I'm just like, how do you see this dude and not give him the football? Like, we could have used that. We could have used that type of playmaking the last 3 or 4 weeks. We really could have. And he had his ankle taped up, so maybe they really weren't targeting him because of that. But that's crazy. If this dude could have done that these last couple of weeks and he was just not getting the ball, that's just a crime.
He really said we want the ball. F him.
Yeah, no, that's what he was, bro. And it goes back for me too, just the mentality. And like when I said I like seeing that from Kadarius, where he's like, I know I'm gonna get open. And I tweeted this out too. When Jabril Peppers was just hype off of getting the coin toss, bro, I was like, I'm hyped too. Because when's the last time we saw the players really believe in themselves like that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was in a Giants group chat, and as soon as we went into overtime, they said, I feel awful about this. I said, hey, we're gonna win this game. I don't know what y'all talking about. We winning this game. Like, I mean, listen, I can get as low as possible. I can overreact with the best of them. But during the game, you're not going to get me just giving up on the game and like, yeah, we lost. Like, go out and play the game. This is just great, though. Like, this is just great. I had to watch LSU put on their perfect Giants imitation yesterday. They had a drop pass in the clutch. They had a couple penalties. They had a whole bunch of stupid stuff happen that the Giants have been doing all this year. And I was like, if I have to go and see this and then turn around and see it again tomorrow, I don't know what I'm going to do for the next week. So I will sacrifice LSU every week to get a Giants. I will sacrifice them.
I remember I saw a tweet you said it will be 10 times the celebration.
Yeah.
I'd sacrifice the Ohio State for the Giants.
Exactly. I would sacrifice the Lakers, LSU. I sacrifice everything. Like, people are like, I can't wait for the Knicks to play. I'm not a Knicks fan, but listen, I love basketball, but I do not care about basketball when comparing it. I would rather watch the Giants lose than to watch the Lakers. I mean, being honest with you. Like,
I mean, I prefer football over any other sport, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
And a lot of it has to do with the fact that there's only 16 games.
That's what I'm saying. Like, once you start getting to 82 games, like, can I really get like, oh, this is a must-win game? You have 70 other games to go? Like,
exactly.
Really? Like, man, Ray, for us to go 9-8, that'd be huge. We have to win a lot of games in a row.
Yeah. We'd
They
have
said, I
to.
swear, I think Eli Manning was out there. You would have had a couple more interceptions and some more touchdowns. Eli would have had about 5 touchdowns and 3 interceptions and 500 yards. Eli was throwing them 500 yards a lot.
Yeah.
In his prime, yeah.
How do y'all feel about next week? Our game next week.
The Cowboys. I'm
Yeah.
gonna just let this one digest.
I was
before
about to
think
say,
about
yeah.
the
Let me
I
get
was
over
just,
this first.
I was just thinking about it. I'm like, you know what?
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, the Cowboys looking. Yo, listen, man, the Cowboys looking some type of way, bro.
What did I tell y'all this offseason? Y'all
You did.
tried to say,
You
but
did.
this defense is still going to stink. I'm like, this defense cannot be that bad 2 years in a row.
Credit
Like,
to you and
it's
credit to this
impossible.
guy, Cowboys fan talk, Mr. Rome. When I was on a stream with
Yeah.
him, he told me there was like a 58% turnover or something in terms of personnel on the defense, and I was genuinely surprised. But I was like, I did not know they like got so much new
First
people on that
off,
side.
their defense last year, their defensive scheme was horrible. And they had bad players, and those bad players couldn't execute that bad defensive scheme. So there was busted coverages all over the place. Like, there's no way that you can be that bad 2 years in a row. Just like there's no way that the Giants defense was going to stay as good as they were 2 years in a row with subpar talent, with no edge rushers. Like, you just can't do that. So to have CeeDee Lamb and Amari Cooper and Dak Prescott and that offensive line, you're gonna average 28 or more points a game, and that's going to get you double-digit wins. Like, it's just that simple. The Washington football team was getting all that hype because of Chase Young. He had 7 sacks last year. I mean, Chase Young isn't even the best edge rusher on their team, but his addition is got people thinking that the Washington football team was going to win 15 games. And I mean, when we fell into that trap with the Giants, that with no edge rushers, but our secondary was going to be so dominant that it was going to make everything else okay. But
yo, I'm not
to
gonna
score
lie to you,
points.
bro. When Adoree went down for a second, I was like, oh nah.
Yeah, I was
saw
like, that's
Dorian so hard.
yeah, but he came back, so that was cool.
I just like how Evan Engram can just make the toughest catches to man possible, and he can drop a wide open pass.
Like I said, the pass was behind him, so I mean, Evan Engram at this point is just like I can't hate Evan Engram. I just can't. Like, the dude is too nice, man. He's just so nice, and like, he's literally saying, like, I have to make sure this doesn't happen again. I literally believe Evan Engram, maybe even right now, is like, hey, DJ, can we get some extra catches? It's just like the dude is trying so hard, and like all of these accidents are going to happen, and it's just like, how can you hate this dude, man?
Listen, bro, I don't know about hating Evan Engram, but YouTube hates me. This video is taking mad long to process for no reason, bro.
I've seen that, man.
It's already been like 10 minutes. I'm like, what's happening, bro?
Oh yeah, I've seen my videos take an hour to process sometimes.
Ridiculous.
Especially, I feel like YouTube knows when you're trying to upload something to like catch the wave, and like they want all the hype to die down before before the video goes public.
Oh,
Rams game is gonna be hard as hell. I don't know what the Rams did today.
Well, they're playing right now. Last time
they're losing 21-10 to the Cardinals.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Murray is doing his thing, man.
It was 14-10, and Cardinals were in the red zone. So
this dude, Kyler Murray, is a machine. Like, this dude is crazy.
AJ Green has a touchdown. When's the last time AJ Green had a touchdown?
Like,
listen, I got beef with AJ Green because he completely sold that last season. He completely gave up on the season.
Oh nah, Diggy. I don't know if this ever
listen,
happened to you, but the processing restarted. What in the world?
The restarted.
Yeah, it went down. So it was at like 90%, then it went down to 25 and it's going back up.
Yeah, you probably got to refresh the page. It might be public now.
That's something, bro. That's something else.
Yeah. I didn't even know that CJ Board was injured, but he had a nice return. That last return that he had. I'm telling you, when he first caught that and started like turning up the field, I thought that was Kadarius Toney back there. I don't think we're going to see him on returns. I just don't think we'll see Kadarius Toney back there.
Yeah. And do y'all have a problem with that, or y'all fine with it?
I have a problem with it because we're leaving plays out there. But I mean, at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, CJ Board is doing all right, so I won't be angry with it.
Yeah, it's not like CJ Board is being terrible. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I would still
Said
prefer.
Barkley entered Ultra Instinct. No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, Kadarius Toney is the one that was in Ultra Instinct.
Not
Like that dude, man.
Don't forget, he was playing close to his hometown because he said that in the Giants press conference.
Yeah, he
Like,
was
that's
playing.
something
Yeah.
too.
yeah. I missed the pass to Saquon though. I was
Pass to say which one,
Bro, the
touchdown?
one time they
one-
decided to use
the
him in
touchdown.
the passing game.
Yo, we got
right?
authentic in here. What's going on, man?
Yo,
Hey man, we are in the building.
Here we
Hey,
go.
let's get it.
Saquon, bro. Saquon,
Let's go, man.
Authentic. You can't tell me momentum doesn't exist when I wore this and this man won us the game, bro.
Bro, I tried to switch it
Exactly.
up today too, man. I wore a hoodie from like
Yo.
07. I switched
bro,
it
we all
way
did-
up.
We all did something different.
All three of my jerseys through the first 3 weeks, and I was like, I can't do it. Let me just wear a shirt, bro.
Yeah.
Bruh, I feel like I just played in the game. I'm gonna keep it
I
100.
really
I was
do.
running around the whole studio the whole game. Yo, that's what I'm talking about right there, man. They got to start winning games like that, man. That's what I love to see, man. That's what I love to see, bro.
The defense got to
Is
get
the-
better
Yeah.
too.
Yo,
Man.
Daniel
Defense
Jones.
got to get better. 100. Hey, Ash Money, I told you, bro. I said, hey, I'm gonna holler at you after the game,
So I'ma
cuz.
talk to you
All right, you know what I'm saying, dog?
Yo,
Nah, all right, bro. Is Daniel Jones your guy, bro?
Been the guy. Look, I've been in entertainer and Bad Dogs chats, man, like for the past 3 weeks, just saying it. Like that whole like this is the evaluation process. Yo, I'm gonna try my best not to curse today because I'm hyped, bro. But like that whole, we got to get rid of that. What do you mean? We're not evaluating the quarterback. We saw him back-to-back years pretty much put up the exact same numbers with a turnover problem. He's correcting the turnover problem now. So now we know we got our guy,
And
man.
he's on pace to have better numbers.
Exactly. And this is the thing is the wins, bro. The wins solve everything. That's what it is. Like when you losing, people talking about clean house and do all this, right? Super overreactions, bro.
Watch Giants.
I agree.
Twitter this
I am
week.
guilty. I am
Watch
guilty.
Giants Twitter this week.
I am guilty.
Oh man, I went
I
ape
agree.
on Twitter just now. It's the most vulgar, authentic they ever saw. Cause bro, people, the disrespect they putting on people's names on our team, some of these players, and they call themselves Giants fans, and you sitting here retweeting our running back as a mascot. He only 3 games back
Man.
off the ACL,
I'm
bro.
telling
I
you,
got
I
no
I'm
respect.
never got that.
I'm not
Hey, bro,
even
I got
gonna
no
mention that
respect.
dude's
I got no
name.
respect
I
for the
never
player, bro.
got that. Who?
I'm
how
not
can
gonna
you say
mention that
Saquon's
dude's
a
name, but
mascot?
that dude is like.
Hey, look, and I
so
told, look,
miserable.
I'll mention his name because that he my boy, the one who first started that, right? And I told people, all the people that's doing all the riding on his tweet, they the suckers for real. Will, I got no beef with Will because Will, he willing to at least stand up on his opinion and die on the opinion. It's everybody else that see that and start jumping on it.
That's
The Mike Too
retweeting,
Nices of the world and starting to be like, yeah, your running back's a mascot. You know, we got to find a way to get him out of here, bro. That's fake Giants. That's just
Bro,
fake
Mike-
Giants right there,
Man.
bro.
Mike has always been like a negative dude.
I'm not
Yeah,
even
and
talking
I
about
ain't
Mike too
come here
nice,
to
man.
I ain't come here to bash the dude, but like, dog,
no.
yo, like, come on, dog. I'm sick of seeing Giants fans just bickering online all damn day, bro. Like, get behind this team. It's nothing that y'all can do that's gonna change anything the way this team operates, bro. No, I don't care how many little play videos you making of Daniel Jones throwing the ball. Ain't none of that gonna change the way they play the game, bro. You got to
Yo,
get out here and
hold
root
up.
for
I
your
just wanna
team,
say,
bro.
I saw somebody try. Was it Mike trying to break down like a throw
Yes,
or something, bro?
yes. Look,
Yo.
and look. Hey, we're not gonna make this a bash Mike Too Nice stream, right? And I don't get down with him.
Well, I'm not.
I don't get down with him.
Say,
I will let that be known. I do not get down with him, bro. But like, he was literally trying to say that you could throw farther when you're rolling to your weak side as a quarterback.
No way.
Yeah,
No
and
way.
then he tried to pull one of my takes where he was like, "Well, you the idiot that's saying the Giants need a second running back," and I'm like, "Yeah, I'm gonna die on that. I think that the Giants need a second running back. Y'all know I've been saying use Saquon Barkley like
Devontae
Alvin
Booker, bro,
Kamara.
when we use him, he ain't it, man. We
And
should've
today he
kept
did
Corey
all right.
Clement.
He did all
I
right
don't,
today.
man, I don't know
We
what
should have
happened
kept
to
Corey
Devontae
Clement. I'm still
Booker,
gonna
man.
die on that hill.
I'm with
I
you on
want
that.
Corey
I'm
Clement
with you
so
on that,
bad.
Hub. I'm with you on that. But
Yeah.
the whole energy today changed with the W. When I was
Yeah.
saying I predicted 28-14 on my podcast and on the week before that on the podcast, people was looking at me crazy. I was putting that in people's chats. People where's the 28 points going to get generated in this Jason Garrett offense? What I've been telling y'all, it's mistakes in the red zone. I tried to even put out a little video about it, just showing people like these are all the mistakes that are happening in the red zone. Jason Garrett and his offense are moving the ball between the 20s perfect. And the other way we getting dominated is time of possession. That's what I was telling you about on Twitter, Ash Money. Y'all was all jumping the gun like, oh, this offense only got 7 points on the board. They were on the field for 30 minutes and we were on the field for 18 at that time, bro. Like, these are sustained drives of 8 minutes, 6 minutes, 7 minutes. You cannot win games like that. And today, if it ain't clear for Giants fans today that this defense got a problem, I'm done talking. I'm done talking.
Yeah.
Listen, Patrick
look
Graham
at
needs to go.
Look at KT. Look
Yeah,
at KT. He got
KT went off.
He got a shirt that say local trap star on it.
And this is my last thing. I'm hype. I'm hype, bro. But this is my last thing, right? Every time today in the Entertainer and Bad Dog stream, right? I just kept saying, you want Tony? You got Tony. You want Galladay? You got Galladay. You want Evan Engram? You got Evan Engram. Exactly. You want Daniel Jones? You got it today. You want Saquon Barkley? You got it today. Stop complaining, man. We got the weapons, bro. They just got to get it clicking. You see that simpatico today between my man Galladay and Daniel Jones, man? Kadarius Toney out there making plays, just shaking and baking.
They finally involved this man on the first catch. He made them realize why they should have involved him soon. That 18 yards after the catch, he made it look like he was still in college. Like, you don't do that normally.
Remember when Saquon made like that?
Hey, cheers to my first beer of the season.
Yo,
big cheers got me a Voodoo Ranger IPA up in here one time. Let's go.
How you make them look like you're in college, bro? Making them miss. Come on, man.
Yeah. But my thing about Jason Garrett was, and especially for these first 3 weeks, and we don't know what Kadarius Toney had going on with the first 3 weeks. My biggest problem was at the beginning of the season, the lack of vertical plays, to mainly Kenny Galladay, and then us not using KT. Those are my biggest concerns. Because if you look around the league, you use your duos correct, and even you could even see in practice, Kenny Galladay and Kadarius Toney have like a bond. I literally saw them under a Giants page where Kadarius Toney was like, "Hey, Kenny Galladay, my son, that's my son." Da 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 da. And you see them smiling with each other and stuff. You gotta that's your duo for like the next 2-3 years.
But the fans gotta be patient, Ash Money. Like, look, the coaches know better than we know. That's the thing. They practicing with them every day, so they know when the player's actually ready to get out there. Today, Kadarius Toney looked like there was no hiccup in anything that he did. He looked like he had this offense under control. He knew the routes. He was confident. You could see the confidence smoking off the back of his helmet.
I mentioned it earlier. 2 plays in a row, and I love this about him, which is why I want him to get involved so much. This is the personality that I wanted back on the Giants, because we had it at one point, but we got it back now. Is when he looked straight at Daniel Jones before the play was called. He says, "I'm gonna be open. Get the ball to me." Like, he just looked at the guy. He looked at who was guarding, and he says, "I'm gonna beat him." And both times Daniel got the ball to him because he was open.
They had to feel good for Kadarius Toney though. They had to feel good for the first time, and a year he finally is out there doing his thing.
Yeah, he really is, man. And this the thing about when you rooting for the Giants, right? Like, my thing about the bickering is there is nothing you can do except jump ship. Go root for another team. If they bothering you that much, you know how easy it is to just be like, you know what? I'm done with this. Go root for another team. I love this team, bro.
It's a lot of people that's some of my subscribers that told me oh, I used to be a blah 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 fan for blah 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 years, but now I've been a Giants fan since the 80s. So people do it all the time.
Yeah. And there's people out there that got 2 teams
with no shame. Who you going to tell? You going to tell me I can't root for 2 teams? How?
Right. It's on you if you want to root for 2 teams. Big Fisk was probably rooting for both teams in that game. Let's keep it on it. Dog, what are we doing here, dog? I'm a Giants fan. Nothing else, bro. A Giants fan. You can do what you want to do. That's what I'm saying. But you don't got to sit here and just bicker and complain about the team, dog. We see what's going wrong with it.
Why you turn this camera?
We see what's going wrong with it, yo. It's simple. It's simple, yo. It's simple. And everybody want to point the finger. Shout out to Tim from Online Big Blue, because Tim been saying, yo, they trying to use Jason Garrett as a sacrificial lamb for Joe Judge's mistakes. He dead on with that. Jason Garrett got 2 beautiful games.
Yeah.
Thank you for bringing up Joe Judge, because I said this in the live stream since week 1 in my reaction video, which finally processed. YouTube is a hater. I was like, this game I'm fine with Jason Garrett because in the fourth quarter, I even tweeted it. He came up clutch when necessary in the
Yes.
fourth and in overtime.
Yep.
Patrick Graham leaves a lot to be desired
Big
with that
shout
defense,
out to Miz, man.
but he also came up clutch when necessary. The one person I got a continuous problem with is Joe Judge. This man stays
struggling.
bro. He says, "I don't live in a world of fear." Then why didn't you go for it on 4th and 1 in the first quarter?
No, I'm not mad at that. I'm not mad at that because look,
Are you sure you're not mistaking the 4th and 8?
Look, Hub, you got it. The 4th and 8. I'm a little bit like, but the first quarter one. Let me tell you what that is. You're not just gonna let the fans dictate how you call the game. He know the pressure cooking from the fan base. They want him to be more aggressive. You can't look at the first opportunity. If you put up 3 there, we're not even worried about this at the end of the game. We're winning this game a little easier, to be honest. Yeah. Right. So for me, it's like I get it. If he goes for it there, I'm not gonna be mad. But taking the field goal there too, I'm like, that's cool. But then you miss it. It's kind of like
I'm looking at the whole though. Yeah. Look at we got down on that drive right when the Saints scores on 3 plays and we drive right back down, but then it becomes a 4th and 2, I think, and we're on the 18-yard line. And he goes for the field goal. That's another one where I'm like, you probably should have gone for the touchdown there, and that's in the 4th quarter. That's not the first.
I do get that. Like there are moments there, but like we cannot expect like flawless coaching. We can't.
Yeah, that doesn't happen anywhere.
It does not happen anywhere. And here's the thing: is when you're not perfectly coaching the game, they gonna blame you crazy when you lose. But when you win, fans don't care about none of that. The timeouts that he wasted, the 4th downs he didn't go for, nobody care about that when Daniel Jones is putting up 400 yards and we win the game.
Any timeouts. He didn't waste any timeouts this
game.
game.
You know, somebody was it's a homie from Entertainer Stream that I forget homie's name, but he was in my Twitter mentions. He was like, Judge should have used his timeouts there at the end of the first half when we were trying to stop them and we got the ball back with 29 minutes. And I'm like, yo, I feel you, but at the same time, it's like you can't leave all this time on the clock for them to come down and score on us too. So there's got to be balance from it. Like, you know, there's not only one right way to coach a game.
Yeah.
There's multiple ways to win games.
Yeah. And I think like a lot of times people
see me, though, there's like so much from Judge that I want to see more of that I saw last year.
So how are y'all feeling about him right now?
I feel the same way I felt
still
about him coming into the game.
Exactly. Evaluation.
Yeah.
Like
he's still evaluation.
One game isn't gonna make me say like, I'm all the way back on the bandwagon. He's gonna be a Hall of Fame. I never was saying he's gonna be a Hall of Fame coach, but I thought he was definitely our coach of the future from what I saw. But like, we just got to give it the season. Like, in 8 games, if we still feel like he's losing us games, because I feel like he lost us a couple of games. I really do. But if we feel like he's losing us games at the end of the season, at that point, I mean, But I'm gonna still stand on it. The fact that I said that Jason Garrett has been our best coach. He hasn't been flawless. He hasn't been flawless.
But you're right about that.
But he's been our best coach.
He should be the last person that they calling for his job first.
We've been moving the ball between the 20s all season long since week 1. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. We moved the ball up and down the field. And you got a bad snap and a bad, because we can't sit here and kill Darius Slayton for not catching that, and then say Daniel Jones isn't at fault for not catching that snap. Because
like I was saying earlier before,
it was in his hands.
When it comes to targeting players as well, I was like, yes, I am a Jason Garrett hater, I guess you could label me. But like I say, I gave credit when it's due. With Jason Garrett, and in the first 3 weeks, people are saying, why are we not targeting Kadarius Toney and Galladay? I was saying, I hear you, but at the same time, do we know if Daniel's not targeting him? What if it's Daniel?
Yeah. I mean, he's the quarterback.
And my biggest problem was just like, you know, like just not. You could go back and check. I'm like, listen, you know, I always accept like me being proven wrong. I literally said, I'm like Jason Garrett before every game. I'm like, prove me wrong. You feel me? Like I'm just saying. I said that. I like prove me wrong.
you mad on Twitter about Jason Garrett.
But bro, you got to analyze it. You really got to analyze it.
Utilize the weapon.
You got to analyze it, bro. The weapons came in not healthy. We knew this right off the bat. Wasn't that everybody's like scare? Because on paper, the roster looks amazing, right? But weren't y'all scared entering game 1 when you're like, whoa, Galladay, hamstring injury. Kadarius Toney ain't even been to practice. Kyle Rudolph was in khakis the whole offseason, never playing. Ross on the IR. The only healthy person was Sterling Shepard, and he was the only person that really looked like a true baller the first 2 to 3 weeks. You got to allow this offense time to get accustomed with the system. And today, they could not stop us. They could not stop us, bro. And you got to analyze these games. A lot of people are trying to blame Jason Garrett for the red zone woes, but let's be real, man. I went and broke it down. I'm looking at every red zone attempt from every game. There's been 3 of them in the first 3 games. Go back and look at all of them. Look at the drives and look at how they stall. They're not stalling because Jason Garrett's calling a reverse on second down like he did today. Because that was a little sus, right? That was a little sus. But outside of that, you got Nate Solder blowing blocks when Daniel Jones is getting sacked for an 11-yard loss. You got the ball going through Daniel Jones' hands. You got Slayton dropping the biggest play in that game. You know, and I understand the throw. I agree with Diggy. The throw could have been a little bit better probably, right? But it's a catchable ball. I played wide receiver. I'm catching that. I don't care what nobody say. You got to make that catch. It's important. You go back to the Denver game. Time of possession, man. We sat on the sideline for an hour from the end of the second quarter to the beginning of the third quarter because they had 2 8-minute drives. It almost looked like we were headed towards that today. They had the 7-minute drive, and I'm like, man, I'm getting real worried out here, man. But today, this is where I commend the New York Giants. They had confidence in their players as a coaching staff because they had no choice today. Because if we go 0-4, you know, they say an animal that's wounded, you have to be fearful of an animal that's wounded. And that's how we came into this game. So I gotta commend that. The coaching staff had confidence in the players. And when it came time for people to make a play, the Saquon Barkley touchdown, the one before the game winner, come on. And then even on the last drive in overtime, Saquon made that spin before he fumbled. I said, yo, is Saquon back? When he made that spin and he got out of that traffic, I'm like, he was falling to the ground. As the game
went on, and they showed the stat as well, each week Saquon's been progressing almost on a linear standpoint.
Yep.
The more and more he got touches, the more and more he's getting production, and the more and more he's looking like himself. Like I said this, and I still stand on it. Last week, he didn't look like himself because anytime he spun or he made a juke, his knees gave out. This week, especially in the clutch again.
I like everything you said except that last part right there. Because last week he did look like himself. It's the first time Saquon Barkley got 22 touches, which was his average in 2018 per game. It's the first time he got 22 last week. I'm not talking
about production, though. Last week when he spun, he literally fell down. His knees gave out.
Look, me and the Beard talked about this one. You see the spin he did? Bro, people ain't doing that kind of spin.
Because it's Saquon. That's my thing. He didn't look like Saquon. He looked like a normal back last week when he.
To me, he looked like Saquon in the passing game. If the holding penalty isn't called on whoever that was on that one screen play, Saquon's pretty much got 100 yards receiving on 7 catches.
But like I was gonna say, this week we utilized him in the passing game a lot more than we did before.
Yeah, and I gotta look at the numbers because he had 7 targets or he had 6 catches for 60 plus last week.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so to me, it's like, hey, look, I saw it last week, bro. I'm like, man, I don't know what they talking. Saquon job back. The problem last week, let me finish the point. Let me finish the point before you disagree. Ew. His knee gave out on a 360 spin, man. There's no running back that's going to even make that play. Right?
Fair,
but look, this is the main point I wanted to bring up. You can tell that there was an emphasis on run blocking. We're going up against the Saints, who since week 4 of last week has been the second best rush defense in the NFL. They didn't even think. I told them they should have abandoned the RPO. They said, you know what, screw that. We're gonna find a way to run the ball. And they figured it out today, man. Saquon Barkley, that's the best we've seen him look since coming back off any injury, maybe since the high ankle sprain. So I can understand why somebody can't see it, right? Like, we splitting hairs when we talking about if we could see it last week or not for real. But I'm telling you, I saw it last week. When I reviewed it, I was like, yo, if you give him that catch and there's no holding penalty, you're talking about a guy who had 7 receptions for 100. Instead, it was 6 catches for like 68 or something like that, right? The moves he making, I'm looking at how he planting on the knee. That's all I'm looking at. Does he got confidence in the knee? You saw it last week. And today, my God, I mean, dog, Saquon, there was a play there where he didn't even get a gain, where he got a little run to the outside or something. He made like 2 jukes and just made homies miss, just like how Kadarius Toney be doing that step back. Oh my God, hey dog, I'm telling you, if we could play like this, Diggy, hey dog, I'm telling you,
the little Madden button where you used to be able to tap the little.
Yeah, and you just step back, you let the defender kind of fly out in front of you.
Yo, like I don't want to overreact, but like if this defense can step up and be better, we can get back to what we were talking about this team in the offseason being deadly.
Hold on, how much faith you got in that? Before you get there, can we get a shout out to Rob Sale, who I've been talking about since week 1? This man is overperforming. And at this point, I don't know if it is overperforming. He's just coaching really well. We have a 3rd string guy, a practice squad guy, and Matt Skura. starting at left guard. The fourth different left guard next to Andrew Thomas, who I've been saying all offseason he's going to be the franchise left tackle. He's looking like it as my fire alarm is going off.
He
again.
got the
Please,
Eli Manning
don't mind it.
situation going on.
Hey, at least it's not a low
Listen.
battery. I feel like a low battery on your fire, your smoke alarm is the most
Yeah,
ghetto
that's
thing
worse,
ever.
man.
Yeah, I was
But
about to
listen,
say,
man.
bro, that's very
Listen,
common
man.
over here.
With all respect to Rob Sale, forget all of that, man. Can we shout out Daniel Jones some more?
Cool.
Because this dude's been happy. And I can remember all these games. I've been saying it, and I've took flat. Before I moved to North Carolina, I lived in Delaware.
Oh my God, yo! These people in the chat be killing me, Diggy. They be killing me. Did y'all not like the dancing that Saquon was doing on the game-winning touchdown? Come on, man.
Yo.
He's not Ezekiel Elliott, bro. He's not Ezekiel Elliott. He's not Derrick Henry. That's straightforward. Yo, get that out of your mind. Get that out of your mind, bro. Saquon Barkley is an elusive back. It's like telling Kadarius Toney when you catch the ball, run straight. Like, come on. Y'all gotta stop with the shits, man. Y'all gotta stop that. I'm dead ass, bro. Yo, y'all getting on my last nerves with that, dog.
I was
Y'all are
never a
getting on
fan
my
of whenever
nerves,
people
yo.
said
You
be
might
more
have a
vertical,
headache
be
after
more
this
north
stream.
side. I'm just like, he
Oh,
was
this
never
is
that
half
type
as
of
lit
back.
as I was during the game. Y'all
finesse.
saw my tweets, bro.
He's a finesse back.
What's going
Saquon
on?
is literally a finesse back. He's not
He
a
finesse
vertical
back.
guy.
Haven't I been saying it for like 2.5 years? Use him like Kamara.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Dang.
Exactly.
Like,
But
why don't
going
they
back
get
to
it?
whenever people say make him run more north side, I'm like, I don't know if I agree with that because that's not what
Like,
he's
what do you want to
successful
do
with. That's
that
not his
for?
game.
We could have drafted
Dog, he
somebody in the
reading the
fifth round
play.
to run north and south.
He's only
Like-
juking and dancing in the backfield when there's penetration from the front. Like, what do you want? Would you want to
speaking
just
of
run
which,
straight and get
like-
tackled?
Like I was saying, going back to Andrew Thomas and Rob Sale, Andrew Thomas continuing, I think he's gonna, this man deserves, if he continues to play like this, like a Pro Bowl nod, he needs recognition. But with the line in general, they continue to impress me in pass protection, and it looks like they're taking steps towards the run blocking. I don't know how much time we got, but they're taking
I'm
steps
drinking
towards the
today,
run blocking.
man. I'm telling you, bro.
I
It's a
got this.
damn celebration,
I got
Ash
this hard
Money.
mics. I got this hard mics right here.
Let's
This
go.
pineapple man,
He
this
got that
pineapple mander right here,
Let's go.
sipping on it every
Let's
time.
go, man.
Listen,
Come on, dog. Yo, like,
Listen.
dog, we fans of this squad, man.
Yeah, bro.
let's root to see them win.
Yeah.
And
That's what I'm saying.
never.
Like, how can you go out there and be like, y'all all know I can get dramatic. I can get real dramatic with this.
Bro,
team,
everybody could get dramatic, man.
But I mean, I don't understand how you could go into the game like, yeah, we just need to lose, blah, 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 more times. We can take Malik Willis. I'm like,
Yo,
Come on.
Oh
man.
my
Come on,
nah,
dogs.
bro.
Come on,
never
dogs.
that, never that, never
Come
that.
on, dog. We don't
Never
need a
gonna
new
get that.
quarterback,
Tanking.
man.
Don't. It's literally so many times in the past that Daniel Jones has showed like if you put the ball in his hands, 2-minute drill, he's gonna get it done.
Yes.
Tampa Bay game.
Yes.
last
I
year.
just want to know what all the Daniel Jones haters are saying, and one of them,
I li-
Sajid, be in my chat. Where he at, bro? He was missing.
listen, like I said,
We
Greeny,
need to put out
Greeny has been
Amber
a
Alert on this man.
Greeny has been a huge Daniel Jones hater, and he gave him props today. So
Yeah.
I mean, the
listen.
only person I've seen that really, really got beef with Daniel Jones, like I think they got some history or something, is Jeffrey Abbey. That dude hates Daniel Jones. And I don't know what he's saying today. Maybe he was an entertainment
Listen,
stream
man.
or something, but that dude got some serious issues
I
with
like what the
Daniel
homie in your chat, Boham or Baham or whatever, 15 is
Right
saying that can't believe we still won despite Taysom Hill because he was getting at our defense. It was
Yeah,
looking
he
real
was.
bad there when we was down by I think it was 11 with 7 minutes left in the
Yep.
game. I'm like, yo, Taysom Hill is just throwing this defense around like rag dolls. This is not the look right now. This defense is looking.
We still can't tackle for some reason.
We
Yeah,
look
that-
like
Why
a
can't we
little league.
tackle?
and that's what I wanted to ask you, Ash Money. You know, you was talking about the defense. You know, you want to see them improve, get back to their ways and whatnot. Like, how much faith do you have in that? Because I ain't gonna front. I feel like this defense is the Achilles heel of this team right now.
My thing is like I think back to all the streams, all of the talk that we've had like in the offseason. Literally, we've said in the offseason, with this defensive line, nobody should be able to run on us. Nobody
Oh, yo, Ash.
is gonna
Yeah, he
get
knocked
us.
out, but that's
We're
facts.
giving up.
He back. He
Y'all
back.
hear me now?
Yeah, you back.
Yeah.
All right. But I was just saying, like, we signed Danny Shelton, we got Dexter Lawrence, Leonard Williams. Before we traded BJ Hill, we were like, nobody should be able to run on this defense, on this D line. Nobody's able to pass against Bradbury. Bradbury's been a little bit underwhelming, or not even just a little bit. He's been underwhelming this year. To be honest, he hasn't played as good as we thought.
Yeah.
Yo, I just want to say,
now
bro,
he has come back and he has redeemed himself. You know, if he lets up like in the Washington game, he got the pick.
That was
And
supposed to
same thing in this game, right? He allows
Today,
the
he
big
got the
play,
pick.
and then he gets the pick later.
Big
You know?
looking like Calvin Johnson out there,
You said what?
mossing him for the
Can I
pick.
share a
Yeah.
screen real quick?
Go ahead.
You said what? Share your
Share
screen?
screen, yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Because I just saw this, and y'all know Saquon's my favorite player on the Giants. First jersey I ever got in my life. All right, bro. This low key made me tear up, bro.
Giants 21-3. Jones
Beautiful.
first down.
Hey!
Yo,
Let's go.
Bro. Y'all know Saquon is my come on now, bro.
Oh man, it feels good. It feels good,
But-
man.
but back to the defense. It's like we just need a little bit more pass rush.
Yeah.
Just a little bit more of a pass rush.
If we could
And
just
the
get somebody to literally, because Aziz is still a rookie and he's doing all that he can. If we could just get that other side, like we were saying
Yeah.
earlier, where's
Yeah.
Lorenzo?
Yeah.
No, we
Carter?
need a
Where's
lot of help
O'Shane?
up there.
If we
I'ma
could just
tell
get
you
somebody
this.
on that other side to get something.
I'm gonna tell you this. What I see this was wrong with our defense was week one. It was the scheme. I think Patrick Graham is doing better with the scheme. Right now, we just don't have people who can cover in the middle of the field.
Yeah.
Dalvin Tomlinson. I was telling people that dude is a monster. Every play he was in the backfield as the nose tackle, as the zero tech in the backfield. Danny Shelton is 340, 350 pounds, but that dude is getting pushed around. He's falling down. He's nowhere close to Dalvin Tomlinson. And then when you look at Leonard Williams, I talked a little bit about this on Twitter, and I think I ended up not getting that video up, but I'm gonna try to get it up for some members. Leonard Williams has been playing 4-3 defensive end a lot because they've been worried about them running to the edges because Lorenzo Carter and O'Shane Jimenez have not been able to hold up on the edges. So you got Leonard Williams playing out of position, you got Dalvin Tomlinson gone, and then you don't have that same rotation that you had with BJ Hill.
I was about to say, man,
secondary-
people are underestimating the loss of BJ Hill.
And the secondary
true.
too. Look at this. You got Bradbury. All these people last year had career years. Logan Ryan at a brand new position at free safety had a great year. Jabril Peppers had a career year. James Bradbury had a career year. Blake Martinez had a career year. Leonard Williams had a career year. You
Shout out
cannot
to Reggie
expect all of
Ragland
them.
too. He did his thing today. He tried.
Exactly. Reggie Ragland did do his thing. And I was telling people that was a good signing because he's
signing.
better in coverage than people think too.
Yeah.
But all these people had career years last year. We could not hope for them to all repeat what they were last year. That's why it was so important that we went out and added to the defense. And that's what we thought we were like preventing from us stepping back. But even then, I mean, we just haven't been able to do it.
And not even to like look like too far into the future, like not even to look past this season. But Justin Fields, you my guy. But I'm gonna need y'all to start.
I'm gonna need y'all to start tanking, Bears.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, big facts.
we need
so,
bro. We need Kayvon Thibodeau. We need him badly, man.
Yeah, that's facts. I want to piggyback off some of that stuff y'all were saying about the defense too. You know, a very little bit of change can tip the scales on a defense that relies on two things: pass rush and coverage. So when you lose a little bit of pass rush, you lose a little bit of coverage as well.
Yeah.
That's how it works out. And you're starting to see that this year where these wide receivers aren't running like completely wide open, but you're seeing guys about a step and a half, maybe 2 steps behind the play and having to come up aggressive and make a tackle. This is the one thing I will say about the Adoree Jackson signing. Coverage-wise, it works, but what they didn't anticipate is the rush being less and being worse. And that means now your run defense is kind of a little bit worse too, right? That means Adoree Jackson got to come up and make tackles. Guys like Xavier McKinney got to come up and make tackles, and let's keep it 100. That's where they really fall short. Adoree Jackson is not a tackler. He got hurt kind of playing a little soft, like not trying to get hurt on that tackle. He ends up getting hurt. Jabril Peppers gets the hamstring injury as well.
People run through him for no reason.
Yeah, because he tackles like Dion used to tackle. I don't know if you remember how Dion used to tackle, right? He wait for the person to get to him, and then he just dives low. because he's not a big guy. That's the thing. He's not a physical guy, which, you know, guys like Isaac Yadam, yeah, they was getting beaten coverage, but you never had to worry about the run coming right at them and them not making a stop.
No yak at all. And that's why I wanted to keep Yadam. And that's what I tried to tell people. When we signed Adoree Jackson, I said, I like it. He does not give up the huge plays, which he's almost given up a couple this year. But usually over his career, he did not give up the huge plays. He's good in coverage. But all the games you saw Adoree Jackson getting beat and like having a bad game was when they was throwing the ball short and he couldn't make a tackle. And we're seeing it. We're seeing it here.
Yeah, that's facts. And I see Bark Nasty in the chat. That's my dude right there. I got a lot of love for Bark Nasty. Always keeping it 100. And he's saying he hate to be connected. You know, he's not that dude, right? But this what you got to think about him.
Year, man.
He's a young. How old is he? He got to be like what?
He's like 21 or 22.
Come on, man. 22. You know, just think about when you was 21 and think about the man you are today. He's got a lot of room to grow.
Yeah.
This defense in general, if we go across the board, is young. You know, Azeez Ojulari is literally my age. He's 21. Like not even that far apart. You know what I'm saying? You think about Tay Crowder, who we've had starting at the middle linebacker position for a minute now. He's also like 21, 22. I'm wrong about that one, actually. He's 24. But for the most part,
who's that that's 24, you were saying?
Tay Crowder.
Tay Crowder, he's 24, word.
Yeah. But we were talking about the edge. How about when are we going to give Quincy Roche a chance? Because I'm not seeing anything from Carter. I'm not seeing anything from Zimenez that tells me we shouldn't give him a chance.
Yeah. Hopefully he'll come in and do some rotation for Zimenez. Lorenzo Carter had one big third down play he made where he didn't actually like make a tackle or make a play on the quarterback, but he was the cause of the incompletion.
Yeah.
But you know he's not getting to the quarterback like at an outstanding rate right now, which is tough, man. We're struggling on the edge, you know, and that defense is the one thing that they're going to be looking at after this game. Like, yo, we need to correct this even more. We played a better game, I guess. 21 points to the Saints is not terrible. I mean, they are a good team, explosive offense, creative coach. Play caller there in Sean McVay. I mean, not Sean McVay, Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Bro, Daniel Jones, I know, bro, he just makes me want to cry, man. Like
that dude is a baller. That dude is a baller.
I'm not going to overreact to Roche not being out there.
I'm just saying.
I feel like the biggest, not you, but I'm saying like the biggest. I think you have more of a justification for Roche not being out there than even Tony, because like people underestimate like. You do not just put a defensive end out there and say just go get the quarterback. Like they have a lot of responsibilities, and I think over the next couple of weeks we'll see Roche and we'll see Ellerson Smith out there just to see if they can give us something. But
Ellerson was activated off IR, right?
Yeah, he's off. He's off.
Yeah, he's off. Right, that's good.
Well, I think they designated him to return and they activated John Ross, but they might not have activated Ellerson Smith yet. So
oh my God, John Ross, bro, y'all saw the route.
And can I get a John Ross?
Oh my God, John Ross, bro, that route where he was faking like he was hitting the fade, then he faked the stop and go, then he got the comeback all in one route, and how fast he did it.
And I said, when do you see Darius Slayton? That's what we've been missing.
You don't see
in that position.
All right, listen, let me ask you this, because us three already spoke about it, but authentic, all right, bro. I don't want to see Darius Slayton starting over John Ross or starting over
Tony.
I think it's a package thing, because look, don't forget Darius Slayton has made the big touchdown plays for this team in 2 games. Mm-hmm. He's came out the gate with the fade route twice, I want to say. So I think you can still use him. We don't got to label these guys starter or anything like that. You saw Kadarius Toney on the outside in the slot. He was doing it. The only person who's really designated to the outside is Kenny Galladay. And, man, what a game today. They couldn't stop him.
When he shoulder checked that dude. And
oh, my God, man.
I was like, this is what we've been waiting for since March, bro.
Yes. Bro, I turned around. He was still running.
From behind, bro. That's a touchdown.
Yes, man. It's a beautiful thing to see this offense clicking, man. It's like, I'm one that I understand the weaknesses of Jason Garrett's philosophy, or whether it be Joe Judge's philosophy, right?
Yeah.
I know the weaknesses in it, and that's why I stress that the running back number 2 is a necessity for Saquon, because a change of pace. Y'all know how the Giants do, man. We've done this for years and for years and for years. 2 running back system. That's how we kill people. Even I could take y'all back to some of these youngins don't know when it was Rodney Hampton and Dave Meggett. Dave Meggett was the change of pace, and he was also the kick returner, punt returner. Yeah. And you had Rodney Hampton as a bruiser running back. It always works. Brandon Jacobs, Amon Bradshaw. If you can get this running game going, it is going to make Daniel Jones look like Patrick Mahomes. You see how when he's throwing the ball, how much separation? Look at those end plays, the one to Saquon Barkley, Kenny Galladay, John Ross. the separation is like so easy.
Exactly.
so
Let's see the
easy.
separation stat now. Let's see that now.
Yeah,
Like
like 1
with
yard or
like 5,
whatever it
6
was,
yards
half
of
a yard.
separation.
Yeah, and in this game, it was looking really good, man. Like, you know, we're right one step away from being what I think is a 2-2 football team. You know, like we should have beat Washington. We should have beat them, but we didn't know how to put the nail in the coffin and go out there and get the dub. Getting a game like this under your belt, oh my God, and with the Falcons, you know that.
Like
and
the
everybody's
Falcons,
like,
we
yo, you only
dominated
put
that
up
game.
14 points. You only put up 14 points. The team got to stop making these mental errors and making these mistakes in the red zone, and then you won't have an offense putting up 14 points. And the second at fault is time of possession. I'm going to keep talking about it.
Yeah.
Damn,
Yeah, I
Rams
definitely feel
back,
like,
man.
I mean, that Falcons game, we dominated them. I mean, it's you're not going to tell me nothing different than that. We dominated the Falcons. The first half, we were really supposed to be up like double digits.
Yeah,
for
it
some
should have
reason,
been because
because we
we had
couldn't
6 in the
execute.
first half in that game. It should have been 14. It should have been 14.
Exactly. It's just like when you consistently mess up when you're supposed to score.
Yeah.
That's how you let teams back in the game. I think that's what happened with the Chargers and the Cowboys, or the Chargers and Washington. They couldn't capitalize in the red zone.
Yeah, you know, with the Washington Chargers game, that's a really good point there because Herbert was struggling in the red zone all day. He was 2 for 6, kind of 2 for 7 in that game because they had a drive from like the 28-yard line. They failed as well too. But Washington just couldn't capitalize. And the other thing too, time of possession kicked their ass in that game against the Chargers. The play difference, the amount of plays that were ran from each team, the Chargers ran 71 plays in that game and Washington had like 48. You can't win like that, yo. And that's kind of like how the game was against the Denver Broncos for us.
Exactly.
You know, the Giants had problems closing out before the half defensively. We know that, right? They're allowing 12 points in the second quarter and 11.5 in the fourth quarter. Those are both 29th in the NFL, by the way, for second and fourth quarter points. That cannot happen. You got to find ways to close out before the half and not allow teams to score. And then you also got to look at how the Giants are allowing teams to come out after halftime and score coming out in the third quarter.
Right,
we lost that Denver game literally within a matter of about 15 minutes of game clock. We allowed them. We don't capitalize in the red zone with these key mistakes that we made. And then now we only got 6 points on the board, and everybody's blaming Jason Garrett, right? Yeah, okay. And then the defense allows them to score a touchdown right before the half. You down 7-6 in a game that you completely dominated the first half. You don't get the ball at the half. Denver Broncos get the ball at the half, and they got an 8-minute, 71-yard drive to knock, pretty much put the game away. And that's that, So Giants, it's very easy to look at it, right? And like I told y'all, man, I'm just a fan of this. I can't do nothing out here for the coaches, for the players. I can't do nothing but just get behind them, support them, root for them. That's all I do because I know I'm one that I don't doubt greatness. You got people out here who was doubting LeBron James 5 years in. You got people out here who's doubting Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady and all these players that week in and week out redundantly show you they are great.
Yep.
If you think Saquon Barkley is a mascot, you high out your mind. You smoking white. you smoking white rocks, bro.
I gotta agree with that one because that never made any sense to me.
It don't make no sense.
Like I said, they got personal. They got personal issues.
Yeah, no, I mean,
what do they expect? Do they expect them to
too,
not promote Saquon Barkley to the youth? He's a dynamic playmaker. He's the only thing you could promote to the Giants youth 3 weeks into the season. But now look at this.
And that's why and the thing that makes me mad about that, and y'all didn't even say the person I was talking about, but the thing that makes me mad about that is like, how can you call him a mascot? And when he scores, you're celebrating.
It makes no sense, yo.
Like,
it makes no sense.
How can you say that the pick was horrible and blah, 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 but when he does something good, you're celebrating?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I just...
Hey,
I agree
babe.
with you. No, there's literally fans that have personal agendas against players.
Hey, dog. Yo, big win for the fucking man. Yo, the Giants that's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about, bro. That's what we need right there, man. Yo, and the game almost looked like it was out of reach for a second. There was a you remember when that pass interference call happened on Kenny Galladay?
Yeah.
I was like, here we go. Here we go.
Off, right?
Yeah.
By the way,
like, here we go.
Which cornerback was that? He sold that really well too.
He did.
That man threw the hands up and everything.
Yeah, you can't extend them arms when you're trying to push off. And it seemed like a route where he didn't really need to do that. But, just a fantastic game from Kenny Galladay. And Evan Engram with them clutch catches down the stretch.
Yeah,
he ruined himself in the beginning of the game, and I'm looking at it like, you got to get rid of this guy, man. They gave him the reverse. I'm like, nah, this ain't it.
I
And
still
the thing
don't think
is,
he's
like, that's not
100%.
even his fault. Like,
It's
the
not his
reverse
fault.
isn't his fault, but he's gonna get the blame for it because people already hate him.
Bro.
But
and
I know
said
people.
This,
Go ahead.
I was gonna say I said this under Diggy's tweet. I'm like, it's crazy to me that Daniel has been playing with Ingram for 3 years now, but he still don't have any type of good chemistry to not pass the ball
Yeah,
behind
that's
him.
super wild. And the drop pass that happened on third down, you could see, I don't know if it was a linebacker or a strong safety that stepped up on Evan Ingram, right? And they were in a zone. And he kind of just gave him a little bump where Evan Ingram had to work his way back towards the line of scrimmage and then kind of loop back out to get, to the first down marker. And it didn't seem like a sit down kind of route like the you remember the interception that happened in the preseason with Evan Ingram where people were like, yo, just sit down. Like that one, he totally screwed that one up. But this one, it just seems like the window is tight. Daniel Jones knows it's got to be on the back shoulder there, and the pass is a little bit off target, but we want to see Evan make that catch because he has a lot of drops. But I like the reverse call on the goal line. I'm going to tell you why. I don't know if I like it, but I understand it because the whole fan base is dogging Evan Ingram. But Jason Garrett knows he's a mismatch for linebackers, and he got to keep him out there. So what he's trying to do there is instill a little bit of confidence in the kid. If you get him in the end zone right there, he's going to ball out probably the rest of the game and be playing with a lot of swag. Thank God he didn't let that mistake early on in the game, come back to haunt him, man. And he played a really good game today, man.
I just
he made
want to
some
say,
key catches today.
Jones is on pace for 4,800 yards right now on the season.
Hey, I dare you, Hub. Go search at Authentic on Twitter, 4,800. Go search that.
That's what you said, 4,800?
Go search it. Share your screen, do whatever. Go search it. Search it right now.
Because even I didn't have that. I think I said
crazy, bro.
I think I said 4,200 at most, but right now he's on pace for 4,800.
You might have been in the comment section on my 4,800. Yeah, I promise you. People were like, yeah, maybe the touchdowns and interceptions, but you hide saying 4,800. I might be, but I'm looking at 17 games. This kid should be putting up 300 plus a game.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. There it is. 31 touchdowns, 13 interceptions, 4,800 yards.
Yeah.
Yo, I can't with Authentic. Yo, I can't.
Let's go.
I can't with him. Yo, I can't with this dude.
Let's go, Ash. Let's go, bro.
Yo.
Let's go.
Yo, these comments are hilarious.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Ain't the comments crazy?
Yeah, the comments are crazy.
Bro, and I keep receipts, bro.
By me.
Yo, if you say something crazy to Authentic, 5 weeks later, I might tweet you back with that same tweet retweeted in quotes. Like, yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yo.
Hey, that's how you got to do, bro. That's how you got to do. Because, man, at the end of the day, it's just opinions, bro. Don't shoot me for my opinion. I'm not out here saying that you can throw to the weak side on the run farther than you can to the strong side on the run. We're not talking about physics, bro. We talking about opinions, bro.
Another thing that
I can't stand
this. Hey, look, and shout out to Mike Too Nice because he had a video of me and his phone queued up for when I said that about him.
Hold up, everybody stop right now. The one thing Authentic just said was the one thing I was thinking when I saw a breakdown. He said when I was talking about physics. I was watching that. I saw the word generate more torque. I'm like, yo, am I back in 11th grade right now?
Yo, bro. I mean, I didn't play football at no high level, right? But I did play quarterback on JV. Okay. There's a picture of me,
bro, that
rolling to my left, throwing it back to the right, bro. Like, I know how difficult that is. Like, why do you think Hail Marys are ran to the strong side of the quarterback's arm for the most part? And why do you think Kyler Murray's Hail Mary last season to DeAndre Hopkins was so damn impressive? It's because he was rolling left, then he turned the hips, planted his feet, and let go of a dart for a touchdown to win the game. Like, dog, we're not talking physics. I'll never knock somebody for their opinion.
I'm going to continue to say it's no coincidence that Daniel's very strong first 4 games are connected to a very strong first 4 games from the left side and Andrew Thomas. This man today single-handedly eliminated Cam Jordan.
Oh, yeah.
Cam Jordan was a non-factor in this game.
Brooklyn in the building. Let's go.
So let me get to this super chat. We got RB Brooklyn for the $4.99. Brooklyn in the building. Let's go. I believe. Let's go. I believe. Bring on the cowgirls.
Bring on them cowgirls. Yes, sir.
Bring
yes,
on.
Sir. Yes. Let's go, Brooklyn.
Listen,
Brooklyn
and last
is in
year
the
we
house
showed that we
without
could go
a doubt.
We showed that we could go in a shootout with the Cowboys. We did it last year. Now it's just we got to see if our defense can hold up in the clutch.
The defense did good too. Well, like at the beginning, they did well last season versus the Cowboys, but like you said, our defense is our Achilles heel right now. Right now, I'm hyped, man.
Listen, young Joker, I told y'all he's gonna be a playmaker. All right, support that man on Spotify as well. By the way, all right, he makes
I'm
pretty good music.
I'm about to be cranking some.
Bro,
Young
he
Joker.
makes good music. I listen to that man in the gym, bro.
No, he really does.
Joker,
though.
word.
He
That's
really
what's up.
does. He really
Yeah, man,
does.
people talking about that's going to be a distraction for him, bro. It ain't nothing to just go drop a couple 16s in the booth, bro. That's extracurricular, man. You know what I'm saying?
Plus,
Come on,
I don't know
man.
what makes it so hard.
Like, I hope Isaiah
people just
Wilson
go over
doesn't
and
start
give him a
hanging out
listen,
with
bro.
I saw that, Diggy. Yo, people are crazy, man.
These people, like, I'm just going, like, a lot of people are really out of touch with.
I'm just
like,
gonna say some people are just racist.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave it at that.
Yeah, oh,
I'm gonna just leave it at that. Some people are just racist. That's how it is.
say I hope he doesn't link up with Kadarius Toney and make some songs. Like, come on, man.
Yeah, they crazy. I hope they do, man. Yo, build camaraderie, man. I talked about this last week. I'm like, yo, maybe the comments that Saquon Barkley was saying at the podium about believing in the scheme, players, right? I thought maybe that might have been directed at the players. A lot of people thought that was a shot at Jason Garrett, which it could have been. I'm not, I don't got no facts on this, right? But for me, it's like I remember when Odell Beckham was here with Saquon Barkley, a lot of this in the end zone, high-fiving, dancing, everybody having fun. We only won 5 games that season, but I had a lot of fun, okay? And I want to see that from this team. And today, you saw it, man. You make plays. Everything is going to just fall into place, man. Wins solve everything. And when you got a bad team, it's really easy to point the finger and be like, him. It's that guy.
Listen,
nah, bro.
Listen to this
Football's the
stat
ultimate
line,
team
bro.
sport.
Listen to the stat line. Tell me this doesn't make you happy. Kenny Galladay, 6 for 116. Kadarius Toney, 6 for 78. John Ross, 3 for 77 and a touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 5 for 74 and a touchdown. Like, come on, bro.
Those are beautiful numbers.
Yo, Ash, hold up. What are you singing that song for? Wait a minute.
Bro, because it's just, I'm feeling, bro, like.
You're feeling I?
Yes, bro. Daniel Jones, bro.
I turned up that Lil Wayne Go DJ on that first DJ touchdown. They didn't give it to him on the books, because of the fumble.
They
went back.
But I queued up that Go DJ and I had it ready for the rest of the game. I was like, I'm just waiting on my dude to make the next play.
You know what I loved about that touchdown? You know what I loved about that touchdown? It was right out of commercial break. Wasted no time. Right out of commercial break.
No time. And the defense, bro, like, you can't come out of the half after getting that pep talk from PG and allow a 50, 60-yard play or whatever. Like, come on, dog. That ain't the vibes, man. It's not the vibes, man. That's not the vibes, man. Defense got to get it together.
That's what I said.
DJ Dollar. No. Today is Danny Dubs. It's Danny Dubs. It's Danny Dubs with these wins, man. Coin it. I'm telling you. Bark Nasty, my man, the vibes. Let's go out here and get this win against Dallas. We really talking. We still 2, we really talking. We get back to that 9-8 I was talking before, I'm
going to be happy if we get to the 10-7. But, I'm going to be out. Be good, guys. Celebrate the win.
Hey, salute on the win, Hub. Man, enjoy yourself.
Yeah, have a good one.
Queen, stand up.
Yeah, I'm not going to hold y'all on here for too much longer.
Facts.
But,
Facts.
Man, it just feels like I just feel like at the beginning of the season, once you don't get a win those first couple of weeks, it just feels like you haven't won in like 6 years.
Yeah.
So
it's tough, and that's why I understand the frustration of the fans, right? But like our bickering ain't gonna do nothing. I understand the frustration. 0-3 again, you like, man, all this money they spent, and I ain't saying we out the dumps yet, but that's a start right there, man. I called trying to go back to back against Atlanta, and yeah, the Saints. You know what's crazy is we really didn't get the pivotal mistake from Jameis Winston today that I thought we would need to win that game.
But we got one from Taysom. Might as well have been Jameis.
Might as well, yep. That's real. That interception for James Bradbury was huge, man. Like, just to come back.
Because that was a touchdown. If they would have thrown that where it was supposed to go, that was a touchdown.
And he walked off like a professional. He ain't do too much celebrating, just I do this, bro. And I want to see more of that. I need that defense to step up.
Coming to work with a suitcase, it seems like.
Yeah, Peppers is the one I'm worried about, Diggy. I'm worried about him.
Yeah, Peppers and McKinney, I think it have been like two disappointments for how I thought that they will play.
Yeah. Yeah, that's facts, man. What a win, though. What a win, man. I damn near had a heart attack during that game, bro. I was going off, man, and I just kept just pacing and just being like, y'all got this. No mistakes. If you don't make mistakes when you're driving down the field, we're going to win this game. I don't care. And that was down 11. I was like, yo, I tweeted to somebody. They said the defense going to allow them to score right after this, and they did. They did let them score. But I was like, DJ going to give you another chance. I knew DJ would cut it to at least 4. You know, we were down by 11 or whatever. I was worried about the 2-point conversion, and I knew he would give him a chance to get it deep, and he gave the defense another chance. And they made the stop, and then we got the ball back, and Daniel Jones went down there and does what he could do. I wanted to kind of touch on this earlier too, you know, in week 3 against Atlanta. We're right there. Daniel gets that 2-point conversion. He was about to go down and win that game. Nate Solder ruined that with that blown tackle, allowed him to get sacked, lost to 10 or 11 or whatever it is.
That's
and then you can't climb out that hole. But, yo, this kid's a winner, man. This kid's a winner.
And that's what I'm saying. A lot of the times, like, the stat sheet doesn't show it. But Daniel Jones has been leading this team since about week 8 or 9 last year.
Yes.
The stat sheet doesn't show it at all. But, like, that 2-point conversion last week, that's a play.
The 2-point
conversion this week. The 2-point conversion this week, that's another play.
Oh my God. Yo, he talk about dancing, right? He pulled a little Saquon on that 2-point conversion. He was like,
you saw that?
I was like, I don't think he's gonna get this. Lowered it. Got it. I'm like, my man, yo, Daniel Jones,
like he
man,
was
that is my guy.
or something. And I'm glad they went back and gave him that touchdown, because like that wasn't sitting well with me. I was just gonna add that on in my head.
Oh, so wait, so you talking about the first touchdown?
Yeah, they went and they took it off, and then they just went back after the game and gave it back to him. So he had
awesome, man, because he needed that. So it was 2 touchdowns on the day thrown, right?
Yeah,
that's
402, 2 touchdowns.
That's awesome, bro. What a day from Daniel Jones, bro. That's his first 400-yard game or second? First.
First.
They need to put that on.
What a day. What a day, bro. I'm so proud of this team today, man. I'm so proud of this team today, man.
And that's just all I wanted, man. Like, at the end of the day, like, we all want to win every game, but at the end of the day, you just want to feel the thrill of just watching football. And this was the first time I felt like we really competing in a game. Like, we really going back and forth. It's 2 teams, you know, going back and forth, and it's exciting that way. It is all of the stupid mistakes where you feel like this could have been a more entertaining game, but we like making mistakes. We can't snap the ball. We got false starts. Yeah, it's just so much better when it's just like, you know, go out and just play the best game that you can play. And if we win or lose, you know, that's it. Luckily, we came out with the win.
And you know, today, had we have lost, I would have still felt really good about the game. You know, you go to on 4, that's going to be real tough.
Exactly.
But I almost tweeted out when I thought the game was like getting there. I was going to be like, you know, commend the team. They played well today, man. The defense didn't really show up for the first 3 quarters. But this the thing, man. When you make them stops, when it's time to make them stops. That's why I didn't care about the defense allowing 17 points against Atlanta, right? Everybody's like, yo, the defense played so good. They played so good. They only allowed 17. Blame it on Jason Garrett, right? But nah. When it was time to make the stops to win that game against Atlanta, our defense couldn't do it. And today, when it came time to make that stop, man, we got that penalty. I think it was a delay of game on them. And then they took over. 3 downs, stopped them, forced them to the punt. Daniel Jones went down there and did what he had to do, man. Yo, this team got playmakers, bro. And you starting to see, this is the one thing we really starting to see, the chemistry between Daniel Jones and Jason Garrett. Remember that.
Yep. And shout out to Bark Nasty. I was talking to him on Twitter. He was like, man, we shouldn't have punted on 4th and 8. I'm like, I'm telling everybody on Giants Twitter, relax. Relax. We know what we're doing. It's people talking about playing scared. I think if you go for it on 4th and 8 right there with over 9 minutes, you basically telling your defense, I have no faith in you.
None.
I would rather basically lose the game right here than to give y'all the ball back. What do? We punt it on 4th and 8 in our own territory. The defense gets a 3 and out. Guess what? We get the ball back, go right down the field and score. Then the defense gets them to punt it again.
And that's 2 weeks in a row, Diggy. You know, like the 39-yard, when we run their 39-yard line last week in Atlanta, right? And we punt the ball, okay? Everybody looking at that. I see people arguing with Carl Banks on Twitter about that play. Like, bro, y'all fools didn't play ball. What? Like, where do you get off coming at a legend like Carl Banks about not going for it?
Man,
they punt the ball there. The Atlanta Falcons didn't score on that drive. And here's the thing. Atlanta ended up winning the game. They punted when they was on our 39-yard line.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm somebody I still feel like we should have gone for it last week.
I'll take that.
I get your point.
It's like, you know, I always think 4th down is a thing that's like, 4th and 2, bro, you go for it. I'm like, all right, if you don't get it, whatever. I mean, to me, there's not a right call there, but taking the conservative route to give your team another chance to win the game, you can't be mad at Coach for that. I mean, I think he could have maybe kicked it Could have maybe kicked the field goal there.
Yeah,
you know?
that's what I felt like he should have
Yeah.
done last week.
But at the
I
end of the
coulda
day,
had
they don't
Cooper.
get no points. You know, they
Yeah.
don't get no points on the drive. So it's like y'all beating a dead horse. It didn't matter. It really didn't matter at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
So why are
I
we
just
harping
feel
on
like
that?
today, especially on 4th and 8, like you cannot, like there's no way that they wouldn't have killed Joe Judge if we wouldn't went for it on 4th and 8, and the headline would have been like Joe Judge crumbles to the pressure of the fan base.
Ah, you know it.
Makes
You know
boneheaded
it.
call. Like
You know
you
it.
seen like I saw like 5 beat reporters. Oh, awful decision. You have
Yeah.
to go for it on 4th and 8, right? I'm like, what are y'all talking about? We on our own 45.
That's the emotions,
we
man.
don't-
Desperate for
4th
the
and
W.
8.
Yeah, 4th and 8. 4th and 8 is
It's-
crazy to go for it almost any time. It's almost
Man,
crazy.
at that point, you're playing scared because you playing like you don't think you can match up well against them. So I'm just happy that we went
I
ahead
could
and
have
punted
had
it right
200
there.
beans.
And you know what else too is that, you know, they a lot of people in our fan base are like, you know, calling Joe Judge and Jason Garrett out for being conservative, right? Look at the Denver Broncos game. Just go look at that fourth quarter and look how aggressive they got on 4th down in that game and literally left out like a lot of points on the board because of it. They were going for it damn near every 4th down in the fourth quarter because they were in panic like fans do. That's why y'all play Madden and Jason Garrett and Joe Judge are coaching a real NFL football team.
Yeah.
Leave the professional work to the professionals, okay? We can give our opinion, we could do all that, but stop bashing people for doing the job that you could never do in a million years. People sitting here talking about the scheme. I'm like, yo, like, they're like, yo, Daniel Jones ain't checking his reads. And y'all don't even know the plays.
You don't know it. Once we get to the point where you got former players saying, like, I can't make a comment on that because I don't know the offense. What makes you think that you know the offense?
People be playing Madden too much, bro. Like, he's not open. He's not open. He's open. Dart, that's not how football works, man. I saw people get mad at the play call to Saquon Barkley. There was a late 3rd down there where we had to check down and we didn't get the 1st down. And he checked down to oh no, it was actually Evan Engram he checked down to, right? And people were like, awful play call. Are you looking at the quarterback's progressions? It was the 4th option on the play. Y'all think that he's like, you know what? 3rd and 8, I'm gonna run a play 2 yards down the field. Like, yo, dog, we gotta be smarter than this. We gotta be better than this. Y'all watch football every weekend, the Giants fans I'm speaking to. Y'all watch football every weekend. Y'all should be learning a little something, you know?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like Madden where like your quarterback could be running somewhere, you could be turned around, and you see the whole field all the time.
Yeah,
you could just press the 8 button. It don't matter where your quarterback is looking. They're gonna throw a pinpoint accurate pass. Yeah,
they're like Daniel Jones has no pocket awareness. Like, bro, he's looking over a line. It's not like he's got it's not like he's got the sky cam view like you got in Madden where you just looking at everybody got a big old X and a Y and an A over their head and you're just like, oh, here goes a perfect throw. A. Like, bro, it don't work like that in the NFL, man. Like, everyone's got to be on the same page, man.
Like, they be taking those little still frames.
Oh, my God. Yo, the still frames. They be like, look, Saquon Barkley had a hole right here. He dancing.
And I think you thought I was doing that last week. I think you thought I was doing that last week.
Oh, like, no. Yo, you confused me because you were like, it was like 1st and 10 from the 20 in the red zone. This is what I'm talking about. And I was just like, well, what are we talking about? You know, but you broke that down for me. It's like another opportunity, bro. You can't squander those opportunities. And sometimes it's going to be on the coach. But the one thing that you don't want to see as a fan is players not executing the plays that the coaches call in. And I think that fans need to do a better job of using their eyes. And if you're going to talk a lot of shit about a player, go back and analyze the plays so you could be like, look, right here, Jason Garrett called a reverse on 2nd and goal, and it was awful. Because we could all pull that. Okay, but don't be like, we're struggling in the red zone because Jason Garrett is a terrible offensive coordinator. Fire him and we'll fix everything. Bring in Freddie Kitchens. Freddie Kitchens scored over 30 points once or twice in his whole Baltimore tenure. They was averaging like 18 points a game. Why you think he got fired?
Yeah. And first I'm going to make a quick comment on that.
Oh, go ahead.
What happened? I was just going to say, I'm going to make a quick comment on that is like, before you start criticizing Leonard Williams, and I was guilty of it, and I start talking about Leonard Williams. I said right now Leonard Williams is stealing money, and people got mad at me and this and that. But I went back and looked at the tape, and again he was playing out of position. So at that point, Leonard Williams is sacrificing his pass rush production for the team. So I can't really criticize Leonard Williams. He's not playing the same position as he was last year. And that's why, like, you have to know what you're talking about when you want to say that this player is doing this player is doing that. And Ash, I'm gonna let you make your comment, and then I want to close it out on this comment. But Ash, you go ahead and say what you were about to say.
Nah, I was just saying, like, we all, like, we're all at fault. Like, film can make a lot or mean a lot, when you actually go back and look at the film. And I'll admit it, stuff about the Jason Garrett, like, especially today, I called the shots way too early. Football is not a quarter sport. It's a 4-quarter or not the game.
60-minute game.
60-minute game. Feel me? And I pull my punches, and I especially take criticism or constructive criticism when it's due. But I never criticize a player, even though the only player that I criticized this season was Darius Slayton.
Yeah,
because that was ridiculous. But
the drop was crazy. That was right in my end zone at the game. It was crazy, bro.
And that thing, like, and it's just it pains me because, like, we're 2 drops away from being 3-1.
Yeah, and that gives us hope, man. That really gives us hope, man. And I'll give a comment on this Gettleman thing, and then we can definitely get up out of here, man. I think that this season is pivotal for Gettleman. We're trying to – today it looked like all the moves kind of made sense. Yeah. Every move not going to be perfect. But today, the offense, everybody who last week was saying, oh, you spent the first-round pick on Kadarius Toney, and he's looking like a bust. He's sitting on the bench and da-da-da-da. Yeah. Keep quiet today. Because this offense looked like one of the best offenses in the league today up against a defense that is no slouch. Put up 27 points against the Saints. Commend these guys. So for me, I feel you. Like, if I had to make the decision, if the season ended today and I had to make the decision, I might get rid of Gettleman because there's been a lot of misses in the draft when you talk about offensive line. We're still searching for edge rush. We're still searching for linebackers. The secondary is still kind of We spent a lot of money out there. Some of these moves look crazy. I'm still one that's staying on that. We lost the Odell Beckham trade. That Lil Wayne go DJ would sound a lot better in my ears with Odell Beckham on the team still. But shout out, we got Kenny Galladay. Kenny Galladay is more than serviceable replacement for a guy like that. The moves with Golden Tate, Nate Solder, we know those are awful moves from our GM. We got to have more trust in him for that. And maybe when you make moves like that, you're losing trust from the fans. So I get it. Yeah. I think that we got to let Dave Gettleman, and the rest of this coaching staff just finish the season out and then make a judgment. Now, last thing I'm going to say is the whole thing about we're still evaluating our quarterback, take that and throw that out the window. But we are evaluating our GM.
Yeah. I mean, I think with Dave Gettleman, I think it's been like a big overreaction in my opinion because people just like 4 or 5 months ago were saying Gettle God. They were saying that he was the best GM and he was pulling off all of the best moves. And, like, I understand we can have our opinions on, like, the offseason as fans, and we can still criticize because at the end of the day, we're fans. And, like, we can all think something is the right move, and so can the GM. And even if they make that move, it can still be wrong, and we can criticize them for them because we don't have the same resources that they do. But I still feel like Gettleman, like, we can't say that we're 2 plays away from being 3-1 and then say that we have the worst roster in the league. Yeah. Because that just doesn't connect with me. So, like, I can understand, like, we need help on the offensive line. But at the same time, 2 offensive linemen retired that I thought were starting level offensive linemen. 2 more offensive linemen are out for the season. And that's the weakness of this offensive line right now. So, we got weaknesses right there, but 4 guys went out, and that's not Dave Gettleman's fault. The secondary, could you really have done anything better than what he did? He got Adoree Jackson. We all celebrated that and said he made a great move. Yeah. James Bradbury played lights out last year. I criticized it. I was heated. When he took Aaron Robinson in the 3rd round. That dude hasn't played.
Yeah, so, and it'll be nice when he gets healthy. That might be an added piece that we could definitely use.
So I'm saying, like, the only thing I can criticize Gettleman at is the edge rushers. But at the same time, where have we been in a position to just take edge rushers that were game changers? Where we haven't been in those positions. The only time you can say is Josh Allen, but we took a quarterback that some people are saying is going to be our franchise quarterback. The other times, there haven't been those premium edge rushers there. And then
Yeah.
on top of that, I mean, how many teams do they have a top 5, 6 edge rusher in the league? How many teams have that?
Yeah,
So
not
I just
many.
don't understand how we can all of a sudden switch
And one
in
of
a
his
matter
draft
of a
picks, you know,
month.
they were hurt, you know, so he's
Yeah.
hoping that when they come back healthy, they'll fill that void, you know,
A lot
because
of
he
these
did
dudes are
draft
hurt.
them, and now you know they struggling a little bit, but
Saying Quiddy Pay. I'm just gonna say this, TDB. Where would this offense be right now? Well, we know that a lot of these guys are injury prone. Where would they be right now without Kadarius Toney? Because
Oh
we
my
all felt that
God.
we needed to add a receiver.
bro, I can't
So-
wait to see his press conference. You know how when you win, the week is so good because you just
Because
like
you
go
want to
on
watch
YouTube.
everything. You want to watch everything.
Every piece of content. I watch
Yeah.
every piece of content in the loss too, but now it's like, let's cue this interview up with Joe Judge one time. You know, let's go look at these highlights. Let's go look at this. Like, I love it, bro. It's amazing, man. And I do agree with your point there, man. Like, there is no Kadarius Toney if you draft somebody at the edge rusher. And we knew, like, let's be real. We knew the problem last year was the offense. Nobody was thinking like, oh, the defense is gonna come out here and stall out for 4 weeks straight. But that's what we getting, you know. So it's a good thing that we got some offense. And to see Daniel Jones put up 400 yards in a game like this, where like it seemed like every time he dropped back to pass, now I can kind of tell when he's going to complete the ball. You see that confidence in the step and in the pop and in the throw. As soon as he lets it go, I'm like, oh, somebody down there, you know?
Yeah, like with Eli, I'm gonna let you go, Ash. We keep cutting you off, but
No, I
with
was
Eli.
yawning.
Every time this dude cocked up like he was going to throw it like 50 yards, I'm like, okay, that's a touchdown.
It's something. Yeah,
and that's why I'm
something.
starting to feel that way.
See, I need to see Ash money after a win like this. You know what I'm saying?
You
I can't
said
just
go
have
get the
just the
Daniel
audio.
Jones jersey and then
Hold on.
I gotta see Ash money on a W like this, bro. These Fist Vegas vibes right now. It's not my vibe, bro. You know, you already know I'm gonna keep it 1,000 with you, bro. I'm trying to see the homie Ash money when we get the dub.
I ain't have a light on. You feel me? I ain't get my hair was looking a mess. Had to put on the hat.
Yeah, you see I threw
I've
the
been
hat
sitting
on.
here, man. I've been listening, man. It feels great, man. Did Aziz get a sack today? I don't know if I missed it.
Did Aziz get a sack today?
No, he didn't.
He didn't. Okay,
But he,
so
he made that
streak is done.
crucial. He made that crucial stop on Alvin Kamara on that second to last drive in the fourth.
We did a decent job containing him, man. Alvin Kamara is a great runner, and I've been saying use Saquon Barkley like Alvin Kamara, but when it comes to running straight forward, when you got to, Alvin Kamara is better than Saquon Barkley at that.
Oh, definitely.
But Saquon Barkley just got the moves, and he's elusive. He can do things. When you match him up against a linebacker in the passing game or up against a strong safety, it's burnt toast and coffee time. Yo, I'm so happy for my dude today, bro, because y'all know I've been one I'm retweeting everything about Saquon.
Yeah.
Like, yo, y'all motherfuckers keep that energy when my man Saquon is doing his thing. Don't come over here and start bandwagon riding, because if you're a fan of the Giants, you want to see the Giants players excel. You're not out here talking garbage about how Saquon Barkley's a mascot, bro. Yo, I like the disrespect, y'all. The disrespect, bro. Could you imagine being him? Yo, like straight up, bro. You come out here and people calling you, somebody had the nerve to say he was a bust. I'm like, how you a bust, but you come out as a rookie and you get rookie of the year. Second year, you put up 1,000 in a year where you only played 12 games, and we talking. Saquon Barkley could say, I'm done today and quit at halftime like, what was my man, Vernon Davis's brother, right? And you couldn't call him a bust. What? Like, what are y'all watching, and what kind of narratives are y'all trying to spread about your own team, bro?
That's the crazy thing. And like, just like, and this is a joke, but it's not really a joke. The Wes Steinberg account is probably a Giants fan. I'm like, this dude cannot, like, literal media narratives out about Joe Judge this offseason came directly from Wes Steinberg and on TV.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, it's real, man. And last thing I'm gonna say, shout out to Joseph Clark, who was talking about Dave Gettleman a couple comments back. I forgot to talk about it. Every one of his first round draft picks today balled out.
Yep. Yep. But Ash, if you want to comment on Dave Gettleman real quick, and then we jump off.
Yeah, like before this game, you know, he was definitely on the hot seat. Like, people were actually calling for his job. Like, a lot of people were calling for his job before today. It's probably some Giants fans that are still calling for his job just because they don't like the man. But you could see what this team could be, despite the defense. you could see what this offense could be if we have everything clicking right now. Now, like I said before, we got to see what his defense that he put together is going to look like. The defensive line got to create more pressure, got to stop the run like we thought they would do, because we have a tough couple of games ahead.
Yeah.
For me, so
It's not going to get easier. That was probably the easiest game of the stretch coming up.
Yeah.
Dallas.
And Nate, I saw on Twitter, bro, it's nothing, bro. Don't even trip. But yeah, I put that out there so people wouldn't say what you said on that tweet. But it's all good, Nate. Don't worry.
Nah, but Dallas, the Rams, I forgot after that. And then we have like a primetime game against Kansas City week 9, I think. And then
I can't remember the next couple. The stretch.
Bye,
Raiders was in that stretch.
We played the Raiders. We played
Panthers again. So
and the Panthers too. Yep. And then the Bucks coming out to bye. It's gonna be tough.
Hopefully, I like Dave Gettleman. I'm not gonna say whether or not because we don't. It's just one game. We feel good about this game, but it's just one game. I gotta see more. But I like Dave Gettleman, and I think him and Judge could be, if Judge gets his stuff together, hopefully gets better, progressing on through the season. Hopefully they could be a good duo for us between management and coaching. So, but yeah, not really much to say. Authentic, you hit it like right on the head. Like all of his picks showed out today.
Yeah, and that's Joseph Clark, man, that brought that to my attention, man. So shout out to Joseph Clark.
Yeah,
on that,
AT,
everybody ball.
Jones,
Saquon,
Kadarius Toney. With Dexter Lawrence, I guess he again didn't have the best game, but
he was getting held, bro. Like I can't believe they're not.
Yeah, they haven't been calling that. They haven't been calling that on him all year.
Yeah, and they buckled down, man. They made the stops on defense when they needed to make one, because if you allowed them to score on that last drive, it's Rap City, Big Tigger in the basement one time.
Oh yeah.
And they make the stop, bro. Like it gave my man a chance, and that's the thing that I haven't seen a lot with Daniel Jones that we saw a lot of with Eli Manning. Like that defense used to give Eli Manning multiple chances with 6 minutes left, 4 minutes left, 3 minutes left. Then he get it back with like 50 seconds left. You one last heave for it. Daniel Jones ain't really been getting that. A lot of teams been kneeling out on us, man. At the end of games, it was beautiful to see him. Like I just wanted to see him put the team on his back, and he did that today, man. Like. Can't wait to see his press conference. I know they already did that. I really can't wait to see it because
to go watch it back.
It's beautiful, man. And like people got to be patient, man. Like he's a young kid and this is a young team. So like I know people got high expectations because we got a lot of playmakers on this roster on paper, right? But at the end of the day, like you look at a team in a rebuild to come out here and get a win like that and lose a couple of early games where they're right in it, man. This is not the kind of team you just blow up and say, oh man, we got to quit on it. I know salary cap's going to be an issue next year and all that, but you got to find a way to keep the core of this team around. Love what I'm seeing out of KT, Kenny Galladay, the KT, KG, AT.
Exactly. DJ, KT,
and DJ. I love it, man. That unit, you got to keep them together, at least offensively. Defensively, man, I love what I'm seeing out of Logan Ryan because, like, even when he's getting beat, he's coming up and giving people that hammer when he's tackling them, trying to make people fumble.
Logan Ryan is basically like I'm not going to say he's a second-year player because he has the experience, but this is his second year at that position. So he got better from last year, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's real, man. He's looking like he wants to be that leader, and he's stepping into that role, man. I love it. I just want the rest of the defense to really step up and play around him the same way. It's going to kill us not having Blake Martinez for the rest of the season, so Reggie Ragland going to have to step up for the rest of the year,
That's huge. But
yeah, I'm loving it.
But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up right here. Ash, you could go ahead and plug if you got something to plug, and then I'll drop it down to Authentic, and then we get out of here.
Yeah, man. I'm calling the Sunday night game tonight on my channel, my first ever play-by-play. I'm just doing it just because I've got nothing to do. So I'm going to be calling the Patriots Buccaneers game. So if any of y'all want to come over to my channel and link up or chat it up, whatever,
y'all go check it out.
For that. I got like 2 podcasts I need to put out, 2 episodes of the podcast I need to put out. Those will be coming soon. I just had a lot of schoolwork and stuff, but yeah, that's all, Diggy. I appreciate you for having me on. Authentic.
Oh yeah,
it's always good to chop it up with you.
Every time, brother. Every time.
But yeah, that's it.
All right. Authentic, you want to plug?
Yeah, I'll give you a quick little plug, man.
Coming up?
I got a couple things coming up here. A big announcement on my channel next week coming up. If y'all not familiar with the content I do, it's authentic the way I spell it right here on the screen. And the beard. That's my homie who's a Washington football team fan. And if y'all don't know, I'm in DC, just like the home Diggy. We about a couple train stops away from each other and whatnot. We definitely got to link up too, Diggy. But yeah, check us out. We do weekly shows Tuesday and Thursday. We do Tuesdays we do recaps from the Sunday's games. Thursdays we do a preview show right before Thursday night football, all NFC East stuff. And then Sunday morning we do a fantasy bit called the Parlay, where we just kind of very laid back vibes, just kind of invite people out to ask questions about different fantasy lineups, and as a unit kind of come up, with oh yeah, that's true too. Just kind of come up with ways to help people out with fantasy and whatnot. And then I also got a new show I've been doing on Mondays called A Giant Overreaction, where I bring in a Giants guest every Monday and talk about things that the fan base, are overreacting about. Last week it was a lot about Jason Garrett and Joe Judge, Patrick Graham. This week we'll see. We kind of gonna flip the vibes here a little bit. Maybe we overreacting off the win a little bit, me included. A lot of people got a bunch of expletives on Twitter this past week from me. Like, I was going ham today. I'm going to keep it 100. But, yeah, man, definitely pull up on us, man. We're always talking Giants football, man. And, Diggy, I definitely appreciate you having me on. Appreciate you sending me that link, man. Ash Money, you know what it is. It's always great chopping it up. I always support and want to see more content creators of our walk and our like, on this YouTubes and on these internets. So it's amazing to see people, coming out the hood and kind of give you some hood vibes, at least a little bit with the Giants too. You know what I'm saying? I know everybody got the shirt, tie, button up vibes and whatnot, but it's good to see people like us cooking up content at a high level as well, man. And I want to just shout out like some of the other content creators who kind of paved the way for cats like us, man. Cats like Entertainer, Bad Dog, even cats like Pizzle, that they've been doing this for a long time. You know what I'm saying? And now they giving us a little bit of a lane to do what we do now, give us an alley-oop and cross-promoting and sharing their networks with us. So, Diggy, big salute to you for having me on and sharing your audience with me, man. I think that's love. I appreciate that. And, man, let go Giants, man. Let's get some more wins out here, man. Y'all know what it is all day.
I was about to tell you to go ahead and play that horn sound.
Y'all know what it is, man. Y'all know what it is. And if you're not rooting for the Giants, bro, I can't get down with you. I can't get down with you, bro. Like, if you a fan, root for the team, bro. That's all we can do. It's like a big pep rally. You remember, you're not looking at the girl who just shows up to the pep rally to go out on a football field and make plays, okay? So, show up to the pep rally, show your team some love, man. But, again, Diggy, I appreciate it, man. Ash Money was always dope chopping it up with you. I told you, I'll talk to you after the game.
All right.
Oh, man.
Well, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up. Y'all go ahead and have a great rest of y'all Sunday. And again, as I always say every Sunday, enjoy football because we only got a certain amount of weeks. Enjoy the rest of the games today. We got a really, really hype game coming on tonight. So y'all go ahead and enjoy the rest of y'all Sunday. I'm going to go ahead and wrap it up.